What is this magic? I need that magic.
Updates, yeah. Oh yeah, baby, see how it's a go. Hey, Sangalo is a go. Shana Wale is a go. Ha, Escobar is a go. Ha, Toros is a go. Naira Marley is a go. Ha, Olosho is a go. Flying Odin is a go. 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 Go. Ongo is a go. Is a go. This is a go. 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 Jerry Wale is a go.
Hey, you say go.
Go.
Hey.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's good, man?
Good morning.
Welcome to the Smiling Suffer podcast. This is Corey on the mic, aka Courageous, aka Truth Seeker,
Oh God.
Where did that come from?
Right? What?
aka KP Special, aka
my
the
Who
I don't
gave
know.
you
I have
these
so many.
AKAs?
I have all
Who
around
are
the
these
world, man. They
people
give me all
AKAing
sorts of
you?
titles.
Right.
Me, give it to yourself.
Right?
And I have Wally here, aka G.
Yeah.
Only God knows what G means. And Yeti, my co-hosts. Thanks for coming in today.
I don't have an AKA.
No, you don't. You don't.
I see.
Yo, man, that song Issa Go, that we just played. That's
Gets
by.
you hyped up. I've been hearing it since
I know
yesterday,
it's been stuck
man.
in my head.
Yep.
It's by Olamide.
No, it's by Naira Marley.
You really like correcting me, don't you?
Featuring Olamide and Lil Kesh.
It's by Naira Marley.
And all of you that keep saying I shouted out people last time, guess who produced it? Studio Magic.
Hey,
That's another shout out right
hey.
there. When I talk, you guys listen, man.
Whatever.
Yo.
You mean dropping names, not shouting out. There's a difference, but okay.
Yeah, so did you guys watch the match?
Yes, I was at
You
work.
did?
I was sneaking it.
Oh,
I
wow.
had it. I had two screens, so I had it on
You
the little
did?
corner of my screen
Oh,
watching.
really?
Nobody knew at first, and then when it scrolled, I was like, yes! And they looked at me like, what's happening?
I was having trouble watching it at work because people kept coming up on my desk. So I went to Nando's.
You left
was-
work?
Well, for lunch break.
Oh, okay.
Don't get me in trouble. I went for lunch break.
Stitches get stitches, man.
I went for lunch break, and I was at Nando's, and you should have seen me. Everyone was just looking at me like, "What's wrong with this guy?" I was in my own world, and I was eating while I was doing it too. But yeah, it was awesome, man.
Awesome.
So Wale, so what did you think about the match?
Oh my god.
So were you expecting it?
I was.
You were?
Yeah, because like, dude, they played the first game. First of all, Iceland can't play soccer. Like, let's just get that straight.
But didn't Iceland beat?
England sucks, man.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
they can't play. Like, they just defend and hope for a set piece goal or whatever. So
And
like,
they do their thunderclap.
and they do their thunderclap, they're making noise, you know. And somebody said that when they were doing the thunderclap, they did not know that they were helping us score Sean goals. So shout out to them for that.
But did you? I saw a picture that it said Niger, the god of thunder, Shango, versus Icelandic, the god of
Thor.
thunder, Thor.
Yeah.
It's like
Shango
I
win
guess
all
Shango won against
But
Thor.
they can't play, and I mean they're not bad, but they're not as good as people make them to seem. And I knew that against Nigeria, they actually thought they could win, so they were gonna attack. And what happens is Nigeria's best at counter attacking, so we did it. I mean, we won.
Musa, see that boy, Musa.
And he scored two of like the top 10 goals in the World Cup
yeah.
so far.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That first
Nice.
goal was
That first goal, the
beautiful.
technique
That
was
was awesome.
beautiful. The second goal is he
Wait, he
laid,
scored both?
yeah,
Yeah.
both.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
He
What
laid
was I
down the
watching? Oh, okay.
whole defense.
So Wale, if you had to guess how old that guy was, how
Musa, I think Musa is like 43.
Yo, 43.
Is he the one that's
and
claiming
he's
19,
running like
Abi?
that?
So shout out to them.
Is he the one claiming 19,
no,
right?
so that-
No,
that's
no,
the
other
keeper.
one.
That one is probably
Uzoho.
like 38 or something. But yeah, shout out to them. They keep themselves in top shape.
They
for,
they showed that Uzoha's picture from 4 years ago when he was 15.
it didn't look 15. I think Musa is claiming like 25 or something like that.
Wow.
But you look, however, whatever age he is, like his speed. Did you see how he beat that?
Yeah,
So it
that's
can't
his-
be
that's his
that
thing.
old then
What?
for you to be
That's his
that
thing.
much,
His speed
that
is,
great of a
is,
shape.
He plays
It's
for.
key.
They loaned him out to CS.
Yeah,
CSK
and
Moscow.
then now Leicester's trying to farms all over
Can you
Twitter
imagine?
talking about
Can you
That's
imagine?
their
defense
person.
Leicester, player to score in the World Cup. Nigga, he don't play for you.
Can you imagine?
A man don't play for you no more. You know, but I mean, I guess he's on loan, so he can come back and play.
Yeah,
But
I
have you
guess.
seen on social media, or not even social media, the way Nigerians are jubilating? You would think we'd won the whole World Cup.
No. You can't.
Like,
Can
it's
nobody tell us
ridiculous.
There are 5 African teams, and
Well, true.
3 of them have gone
I mean,
home already. Tunisia
wow.
lost today 5-2.
Oh, right.
So
I saw
like,
that was
Oh,
horrible.
it was
They
4-1
lost.
when I
yeah,
left.
5-2. So they've gone. Morocco's gone home. Egypt with all their Mo Salah, they've gone home too. And you have Tunisia. So I mean, even if we don't make it through, at least we won a game.
We did. We did.
We did.
So we have to like really, really enjoy this moment until Argentina comes to beat us in the next.
I don't even think. I don't even think.
I don't even think
Argentina
come on
can-
now, Corey.
can-
No hope.
No,
I don't think they
You're
can.
even
I have
doing-
a little bit of hope. I have a little bit of hope.
Here's the thing. Argentina is going through shit right now, and Nigeria does well when you push numbers
What's Argentina going through?
against us. Like their team sucks. They're on the
Yeah.
verge of not qualifying.
Yeah,
and
Really?
they're having like
They've
they're having
not
like
won
a
a game.
meltdown.
They're having a
They're
meltdown. They
like
don't
a
like the
melt-
manager.
The manager.
Oh, wow.
Players don't like other
right. I
players.
saw that. They were
So,
trying to
like-
get him fired or something, right?
Yeah, so
Like
what's
that?
going to happen is those
Oh.
guys are going to try and attack. And that's what happened against Croatia. They threw numbers forward,
Yeah,
and
because-
Croatia hit them with
because-
2 quick goals.
Yeah, they'll be
Nigeria-
desperate.
They'll be
They'll be
desperate.
desperate.
So Nigeria, the problem is we should just not concede stupid goals.
Yeah.
They'll be desperate to attack. All Nigeria has to do is just clear the ball forward.
So you think we have a good shot?
I think we have a shot. Musa scored
With Messi.
There's 3-2. Was 3-2 last time we played them. Musa scored 2 of the 3.
Oh, was that a friendly?
World Cup last year, we faced them five times in World Cup now, whatever. You know,
Yeah, but that's another thing about the World Cup.
they keep putting Nigeria. and
Come on
Argentina,
now,
yeah.
why?
As what?
They keep putting like
in
the
the same
same
group.
teams on the same group. We've been in the same group with Argentina for like how many World Cups?
How do you
now?
get
So
out of the
many
cup?
World Cups.
I mean, the group though. How do you do that? Can you go?
And that's what I'm saying. It's harder to get out of the group when you're playing against a team like Argentina. But I think they do it because they want to see certain teams.
No, I'm saying
ascend.
who puts the groups together? Is what I'm not.
They have a draw.
Yeah, they have a draw in quotation.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
and it's like it's hidden. It's not.
in all fairness, it's down to that game is down to we have the better chance because we can advance with a draw. Argentina are desperate. Only
Yes.
a win can take them
Yes.
Oh.
through. So if we are smart, let's set up nicely defensively and then just hit them on the counter attack.
But you know what I would suggest?
What?
I would suggest come out swinging.
No,
Like,
so
surprise
coming
them.
out swinging-
Surprise them, score a goal, and then.
So here's the
park
problem: we're
bus.
not that good of an attacking team to come out swinging. You come out swinging, you miss, and they score 1 goal, and that's it. Game over.
Yeah,
I think do Mourinho style, absorb the pressure,
you think so?
bang them on a counter attack, close up shop, game over. But we'll see. Nigeria is full of surprises.
Yeah, it was nice to see them change the tactics, though.
It is.
Clearly, the coach is doing something right. Anyway, switching gears now. So we're moving on to our. Sorry, yes,
No,
what
no,
was
go
that?
ahead, go ahead.
We're moving on to our heroes and villains segment. Today's heroes and villains profile is going to be on a man called Babani Sissoko. Have you guys heard of him?
No.
No, you haven't heard of him.
No, look like it. Anyone that's heard of him?
Yeah, he BBC did a special on him. He's not that known, but I read up on this guy.
Go ahead.
I read up on this guy. It's wild, man. So basically, Babani Sissoko, right? He's a man that he hails from a village, small village in Mali called Dabia. You know, not much is known about his past, but we just know that he came from Dabia, Mali. And he walked into a bank in Dubai. I think it was the Dubai Muslim Islamic Bank. I might be getting that wrong. But he
It
walked,
is.
yeah, Dubai Muslim Bank. He walked into a bank, right? He went in there for a loan. And he walked out. He went in there for a loan for a car. And he walked out with $242 million.
Huh?
Yes.
Wow.
I like the guy already.
I
Yo,
mean,
it's
how did
wild,
he do
man.
it?
It's wild, and I'll kind of go over it. I'll
Wow.
go over it. So, of course, Babani walked inside this place. This was November 1995. Head office of the Dubai Islamic Bank. The manager agreed to the loan. I didn't know how he even got the loan, but the manager agreed to the car loan. And of course, Babani was a very nice guy. He's a very charming dude, and he invited that bank manager back to his house for dinner. Why? I don't know. But my guess is Babani saw that there's some mugu in this guy. I think that's what happened. I think he saw that there's a potential for some business with this guy. So this guy comes back to Babani's hotel room, wherever it was in Dubai, and he does like this demonstration, and he pretty much tells him that, I have this black magic where I can double your money, essentially. And he did like those. They said the guy walked into the room. There was like some smoke and there was like some demonstration. Some guy popped out of nowhere of a room and then ran back in, and he was invoking like the demons or something wild like that. And he basically just saw a demonstration, and I guess he had brought like some cash or something, and he put in like this box. This weird looking box. If you see the box, right, I'm telling you, you'll be looking like, how can anyone fall for this shit? But this was 95, so who knows? He put the money in the box, and then somehow he did some abracadabra thing, and the money doubled. And the bank manager was like, ooh.
Oh.
And that was all it took.
Mugu.
That was all it took. So, of course, the bank manager came back with
more money.
With more money. And they pretty much set up like a relationship. He set up a relationship with him, and Babani left the country.
Wow. He left with 242 million.
No, he didn't. That's the thing. He didn't leave. So I think he had some money, but he left, and he had this guy transfer money. To him.
Damn.
Yeah. So
wow.
I think they said between 1995 and 1998 or 1997. Don't quote me. There were about 183 bank transfers.
Wow.
So what happened was, Babani already knew that, okay, I already got some money coming
I'm
in.
not coming back.
I already got some money in. He went to the United States. He walked into another bank.
He wanted to try it again.
No. Oh. This time, no appointment though. He just walked in there. He went
this
to
confidence, dude.
Yo,
man.
I don't. He must. That's what I'm saying. He must have had some
swag
jazz
or something.
Something.
Jazz. Do you think jazz works?
No.
He has He has swag.
But you know what? You know the thing about jazz, right? Is that people get it, and they have this confidence that it almost kind of like even helps them.
Right.
And I think that's what happens. So he had this confidence in him, and he walked into this bank in the United States. He met the teller. No appointment. He built a relationship with the teller. Within like a few weeks, he had already married this teller. No one knows if it was an official. No one knows if it was an official wedding. We didn't even know if there's an actual marriage, but he called her his wife. So he built this relationship with this lady, and it was this lady that would get the transfers from the Dubai bank.
Oh.
Yes.
Onto that account.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. Well, I guess one of the things that Babani was trying to do, apparently he was trying to like build an airport back in his home Marley. Those are one of the things that he said he was going to do.
Claims,
yeah,
anyway.
He claimed. Yeah, but no, I think he had intentions. I actually think he had intentions. He bought like a few planes actually. He bought like three.
You have to make appearances.
I guess you do. You do.
What?
You do. He bought like 3 planes, and he tried to get this thing called a Huey helicopter in 1996. He tried to get it. This was like a year after he had already set up his whole operation, Dubai, Miami operations. And he tried to get a Huey helicopter in Geneva. Now these Huey helicopters are they're like these military grade helicopters. So at that point he got on the radar of U.S. officials.
He's always overdoing things.
Abby.
You know what I'm saying? Like just greedy.
Mistake.
He had tried to purchase this thing. Apparently the customs had said no, we can't. He forced his guys to pay a bribe of like 30 grand.
Oh, wow.
And that they popped him on that too.
Of course.
So and the US, they're like, what's
Americans
going on?
don't care
Yeah,
about
they don't
that
care.
one.
They don't care. He was stuck in Geneva. He was actually jailed in Geneva
Wow.
at first. Interesting story. His lawyer, right? When he called his lawyer to come meet him in the jail, he got there and he met with the warden. And you know what the warden said?
What?
The warden was like, who is this guy? He was like, are you trying to get him out? He was like, yes, no, I'm his lawyer. He was like, can you just try to just leave him here as long as possible?
Why?
I was like, why? He was like, well, this guy, he's been flying in meals every night from Paris.
Flying in meals? You
He
can
was-
do that in prison?
Yo,
We have the money.
he was flying in meals. Like, this guy had millions in his account.
Yeah, but when you're in prison, all your access to your money is cut off now.
Yeah, but
What?
I guess it wasn't cut off. I guess he had like some kind of
So he talked his way into that one as
He
well.
probably talked his way to that one.
Wow.
He was flying in meals into prison from France every night. Like, that's how much they love this guy.
Wow.
In the
You know
prison.
who he reminds me of?
Who?
Remember, have you seen that movie, Catch Me
Catch
If
Me
You
If You
Can?
Can? Yes.
Frank Abagnale,
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
His name is. Yep.
Frank
That's what it reminds
Abagnale.
me of. If only, see, I'm sure the Americans know about him. Like, the story is well known and everything. Where is his
Yeah.
own movie?
Oh, you mean Babani?
Yeah.
I know. But you know what's even annoying? I looked up the list of like the biggest con artists.
He's not on there?
His name wasn't on the list.
Are you
Like
serious?
I saw the biggest name. I think the biggest name is Bernie Madoff.
Oh, one
Yeah,
million.
he made off with like billions, obviously.
right.
That's like at the very top
Top,
of the list.
yeah.
You have the guy. I forgot his full name. I think it was he's the guy that the Ponzi scheme was named after.
Oh,
From back in the day.
Ponzi,
He's
I
also
guess.
up there. I think he made off with about 20 million. Like if you translate that money back then to now.
Right.
But I know Babani was like up there with 242. He's definitely top 5.
Million,
But you
but
see,
they
he's
didn't-
not really on people's radar. And
Because he's African.
And that in itself is insulting. That in itself is
Yeah,
insulting.
but I mean, also it might have to do with like where he did his.
I guess maybe,
his thing.
maybe,
But
So,
maybe.
it's supposed to be top in the world, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean,
it
who made
should
who made
matter.
the list though?
Well, true.
Yeah, I was just looking up
True.
different lists online.
Yeah.
So moving on though. So eventually, like I said, he got arrested. He got extradited back to the U.S. He was in Miami at the time. He got out on bail. He had money. He had connections. He had politicians, former U.S. senators coming into
On
his
his-
defense.
Wow.
Like he was wielding. That's how much money
He had.
this guy was
Wow.
wielding. But you know the funny thing about this whole thing, none of them knew about his scam at this point. They just thought it was just some
dude
rich
that
millionaire that was
was
just playing around or whatever. He eventually got out of prison. Of course, on bail. I think he ended up paying. He got out on a record bail of about, I think it was 20 M or so.
Wow.
He was in Miami at the time. He at that time he was like a Miami celebrity.
Wow.
Like when he came out, he was only in Miami for 10 months because he can't leave the country.
Right,
He was
right,
out on
right,
bail,
right.
and he was like a mini celebrity where he would do all these charitable things. He would like donate to charities. He was really trying to play up this image. And of course he was a playboy too. He had,
Of
like I said,
course.
he had a wife. The wife that I was talking about, the bank teller, that one, she knew of his other wives. He had
course,
wives
wow.
in Paris, everywhere. As in, he was just a
Just playing all
playboy.
over
He
the
was
place.
he was very, very, very well dressed. He was well spoken and everything. They said there was one time like this that he gave away. There was like a high school band that needed to go to New York for like
He sponsored them.
and he sponsored them. And you know how much he gave them?
How much?
$400,000.
Wow.
Just
Just like that.
Like that's how. You see, and that's what happens
The
when
man
you
is
don't
just
work for you.
itching him.
It's
I
just
mean,
like
just
giving
take-
away, just dashing here. That's what happens when you have a wolf, man. You
I
just
mean, when
you
it's
just
not your
give
money,
it
when you
away.
didn't work for it. Of course,
He
you know,
would. They
spend
said
it
sometimes he would
anyhow.
drive around giving people money,
Just like that?
money to the homeless, just handing it out. Like he became like a hero in the Miami circuit at the
So
time.
Robin Hood, basically.
Yes, pretty much. And they said in the 10 months he was in Miami, he gave away an estimated amount of $14 million.
Wow.
That was just in 10 months. He was just spending that joint.
But when it's not his money, shit,
Exactly.
Why not?
Of course, eventually the case came, and he just pled guilty. He just pled guilty. He was like, he didn't try to fight it. He paid $250,000 in fines.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it, and he got away. But I think it was
Wait, he got away?
Yeah, well, like he got away, but keep in mind this wasn't for stealing money. This was for the issues he had,
Okay.
because no one knew. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. So what?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And And
So he never got prosecuted for the money stealing.
listen now,
sorry.
I'm
jumping the gun.
I'm wrapping up here. By around this point, this is like 98 or so. That Ayub guy, they started noticing that like we're not solvent in this bank. And customers started coming in, wondering, where's the money? And eventually he fessed up.
Oh,
he was like, there's this guy that and
just said he was going to double our money.
yeah, and he fessed up. I mean, it was a really, really huge thing. Like it was apparently it was a huge thing at the time. The government ended up having to come in and like kind of like save the bank from going bankrupt.
242 million is
Yeah,
not
it was a lot of money.
a joke.
And they said that they did an exorcism on the guy to rid him of. They said to rid him of because
black
they said he
magic.
still believed
That
that
it was
black
still
magic
going.
was real because I guess of what he saw. So they had to do an exorcism on him. By this time, Babani, but by this time, Babani had already gone back to his home country.
He escaped.
He had gone. He had gone.
Wow. So he was never prosecuted or anything for that money?
No.
Oh, so where's the money? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Oh, wow.
Nobody. I mean, he probably lost most of it eventually, but he went back home.
You stole 242. You gave away 14 million.
Yeah.
There's still a lot left.
Yeah, I'm sure there's still a lot left. He served as he was like a senator or so in his country.
So he went back home to run for office.
Yes.
Wow.
12 years. Of course. So Marley didn't have any kind of peace treaty, any kind of extradition treaty with anybody.
Safe.
So of course he was safe.
He went back home.
Yeah, he went back home.
He went back.
He even went back. I mean, after he retired from politics, he went back to his village. No one really heard from him for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, back home, he's considered like a hero.
Yes,
like they love him.
What's money? $242 million.
They love him.
To Marley. Shit.
They love him. I think there was this BBC reporter that actually tracked him down.
Oh wow.
Found him. They asked him about
what happened.
And initially, they didn't ask him about everything. The guy, they just went to interview him about, the guy was still bragging, man. He was like, at one point, I was worth 400 million at one point, man. $400 million. It was like, they now asked him about Ayub. He was like, Ayub?
Who's that?
I've met him before, but I don't know what he's talking about. He denied that shit. He's like, look, now he's even poor. Like,
of
yeah,
course.
Right. It was like, yeah, I don't.
He's poor now.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
What happened to the money?
He said he doesn't know what he's talking about.
But there was no money, basically.
He was like, look, if I had jazz, that why would I be? He was trying to justify that, like, why would I have to go through all that trouble, like,
to get money? True. I mean, well, he has a point.
But yeah, it's a very interesting story. He's still alive, I believe.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he's still alive. I don't think anything ever happened
the
to him.
ultimate con.
Yeah, the bank manager ended up doing 3 years. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
And he didn't even do prison time at all.
Can you imagine?
Damn.
Can you imagine? So
Aw.
yeah, that's our today's profile for heroes and villains. So what do you guys think? Hero, villain?
I mean,
In the middle?
Finesse king.
I mean, seriously, I can't even be mad at him. Like,
Wow.
you fell for it, so not my fault you fell for it.
I think part of it too is also greed too.
I mean, of course,
Right.
right.
The bank
manager, right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well, it's funny how we're blaming the bank manager more than we're blaming the dude that did the con.
And that's what I'm saying. It's very tricky. It's because
I
I feel like people that fall for cons usually are
right,
because they're greedy.
Greedy, true.
But it doesn't justify it.
It doesn't justify it.
It doesn't
Right,
justify it.
right.
It really doesn't.
But okay, the bank manager though, if someone's telling you they're gonna double your, why didn't you call your other people and say, oh, there's this guy coming in? You know what I mean? If I was a bank manager, someone came to me, I would call people and be like, oh, he says he can do this for us. And what do y'all think? I wouldn't just take it up on myself and just.
And then
do
maybe
it.
those ones will be like, no,
Don't do
it
it.
sounds
Exactly.
like I think he wanted it for himself. Maybe he was trying to like be
Take
powerful.
some out of it too.
He was trying to just
see what
do
happens.
his own
Trying to be
thing.
greedy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But that brings us to our. Wait, did you have anything else to add?
No, I'm just trying
So
to.
you're not calling him a hero or a villain?
It's hard. He's somewhere. Well, he's a villain because he stole money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wrong.
Yeah.
But
then he used that money. He blessed a lot of people with that money. They
Well-
were asking people like his countrymen. They all they get upset with. He's just a nice guy. He was an awesome
always
guy.
blessed them,
They say he's
helped
like
them.
very infectious. Like when you're around him, you're always happy. He doesn't like anyone being like.
so he has charisma. Like,
Yeah.
those charismatic.
It was
Probably a
wild.
sociopath too, because those sociopathic
A little
people
bit.
are usually.
Yeah, he
that's how
has
they
to
are.
be. He has to be.
Well, I mean, in the sense of the word, he's a villain.
Yeah.
But, hey.
It's kind of like a bit of a gray area there.
Right, yeah, so.
But that brings me to my next topic, which is 419 in Niger.
I don't know much of this topic, so I'll let you guys talk about it more. Wale has this twinkle in his eye, like he's ready.
Have you guys heard of that hashtag on like end SARS? You know that they're really trying to crack down.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
They're really trying to crack down.
So explain to me.
For those who don't know what 419 is.
Oh well, go ahead. But
it's just scammers, man. That's what 419 is.
Pretty much, and
the
going on for years.
reason we call them 419 is because in the Nigerian Constitution, it's the Article 419 that covers
scams.
And
so, okay, I learned something new.
Yep.
There are a lot of streets. The street name is Yao Yao.
Yeah, Yao Yao.
Yeah.
Right, I knew that.
Yoruba, they say, I don't tell me, Shasha, is it Shasha Abichache or something like that? So
Chache.
like, it's all about scamming, man. It's a gray area. I won't lie because
It's a great area. It really is.
I don't condone anyone doing anything illegal, but if you fall for it, you fall for it, man.
But I also feel like it's also sometimes out of desperation too.
I mean, you mean
government doesn't do anything.
Like,
who's
for
desperate?
them.
The people doing it, the scammer, the
ones
Yahoo
back home.
boys.
Yeah, the ones back
okay,
home.
Right.
And
I mean, yeah,
from what I
yeah.
hear, they're a source of income for a lot of people back home.
No, this guy. Let's paint it black and white.
Okay.
I know a lot of. First of all, it's not because sometimes when you see people doing stuff that you can't really explain where they get their money from, doesn't mean they're a scammer. You know,
Okay.
True.
we're very quick to judge that. And
right.
everybody that has viewed my Snapchat and has asked me if I'm doing Yao Yao, you're very
Are you
stupid.
serious?
Because if I was doing 419, I'll be driving a Bentley. So you're very stupid for that to think that. As I'm doing 419,
Do people really
I'm
think?
driving
Do people really think? That?
Yeah,
You know what?
I'm not
It's
driving a
probably
Bentley.
because of your bed. You
Are
look like.
you saying that
you
I'm
look
not
like
a
guy
successful
man.
scammer? If I'm a scam, I'm going to be very successful. I'm going to be taking helicopters everywhere. I'm going to be flying private jets.
You'll be Babani Sissoko,
I will
basically.
I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
Well, true.
Go big or go home. So, but yeah, it's when people don't understand where you get a source of income from sometimes. They can't
question.
paint it down to like
They
black
also-
and
yeah,
white. They
yeah.
question that you're a fraudster.
They do.
And it's like, fam, not everybody's a fraudster. There's just multiple ways to make money legally, you know.
Yeah.
Illegally? Legally.
Legally.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not fraud, you know. So, but on paper, it's a scam. It's illegal.
It's illegal.
It's the law doesn't smile, you know.
And they're cracking down on them.
They're cracking down on them.
So I was going to run some numbers by you guys. So the FBI claims that in 2016, the U.S. lost about 275 million to these types of scams.
Scammers.
By 2017, it had more than doubled.
Damn.
It was 675 million.
Damn.
Can you guess how much Q1 of 2018? Can
You know,
you
like
guess?
$1 billion.
In Q1 alone,
Yeah,
685
685,
million.
yeah.
Just in quarter one.
It's easy, and I'm not gonna lie, yo.
Damn.
Well, there's one date I sat and thought about it. Let me
You considered it?
So there's a guy who's probably listening to this because he follows me on social media as my friend. He's a scammer. He's actually done his time. He came out.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
So shout out to you.
Oh, did
you
he
know.
do his time here in the
He
US?
did his time here. He's American. He's a Nigerian American. He did his time here. I think it was like the last time I saw him was 5 years ago. I think he just came out.
That's all he did? 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
I would think.
It
more
wasn't
than that.
Sawski. You're not talking about Sawski,
No,
are you?
actually, you know what? I don't even know if I'm supposed to be
Can
talking
we not
about
say
this.
names?
No,
Can
there's
we-
no names involved.
but
names.
Sawski was.
No, not
that was out
Sawski.
in
No,
the
no,
public
Sawski.
now.
But this, no, I'm not going to mention names or too much details because
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
not-
his case
Yeah,
situation.
definitely not.
But I'm not trying to implement.
Before FBI comes
I know I'm not trying
knocking
to. What's the word? Put myself in some sort of trouble, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, all this is all alleged. anyway.
Allegedly, yes. Allegedly thought about it,
Keyword.
and reason being, you know, once or twice you hang out with like people and they're actually scammers and they're very easy people to hang out around. You don't spend a dime.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I see people nodding their heads.
Right?
So,
Like,
you don't. No, I'm serious. This guy, you go to look.
Our
This
engineer
guy.
over here was nodding her head.
I've been to the club.
She
I've
been
been to
there.
the club before and with the so-called Yahoo boy and they popped 20 bottles that night. You know,
But
it's like I'm
aren't you
not
scared though?
scared that
'Cause
what
when
that I
they
drank.
no,
NSC.
not you. when they
What?
when they do the raid and you're
Are
there,
we going
they'll
home together?
carry
I
you.
don't go. I came. I drank Hennessy. I left. And I say, "Hi, my nigga, see you later." And when they arrest you, I say, "Free my nigga." That's all. That's when my involvement stops now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be rolling with you to do your scams, but I mean, if you come here and say, "Hey, fam, my gosh, I'll take it now," you know.
But I think I want to talk about, because online, right? There's been huge outcry about, because they've been trying to crack down on this stuff.
They have.
As you can see, just looking at the figures, you can see why. Like, I'm sure the US has been putting pressure on Niger.
But it's not only Nigerians that are doing it though.
Yes,
I
but
mean,
you're
We're
right.
the most successful at it.
But I was told that all those Nigerian princes and stuff.
That's not scam.
Nigerians.
So,
Well, right. That's why when Americans think scam, that's what they think.
So,
the scams, people,
yes.
we know what the real scams
So,
are. But Nigerians,
let
Americans think
me try and break
that's
it down.
what the scam really is.
And this is all hearsay in case any federal agent is listening to this. So the email scams are just what it is. It's just finessing somebody out of, hey, if somebody greedy, you know, hey, I have this money, blah blah, pay blah blah. That's greed. You that you fall for, that's greed. But the actual scam, like the big boys out there, you know, is a lot of them do wire fraud.
Yeah, they actually caught
Fake
they
checks.
caught like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny thing. Somebody
that's
actually sent
the
my
real
coworker 2
419,
checks
yeah.
to help them deposit.
Are you serious?
That's the
Yeah.
real 419. They do wire fraud. They do fake. They do credit card scam. They duplicate your cards.
Yeah.
And then swipe it. Like I remember, it was one day I woke up and I forget the company that called me. This watch company, and they're like, "Hey, did you just order this watch from?" I like looked at my hand. I was like, "No." And then I looked at my account, and about like over $1,000 was gone.
Oh no.
So they were like, "Yeah, they called to confirm the transaction, but
They've
already
been
taken."
shutting down accounts.
So
Bank of
Oh,
America.
wow.
the first thing I did was call the first Yahoo boy I know. Say, "Fam, is this you and your family people? Please, if it's this, return my money now. If not, I'm going straight to the FBI." But he said it wasn't them. He was going to help me look into it and find out what.
Wow, he was going to
He was going
investigate.
to help me investigate. They know
Wow, they know each other.
asking me, "Hey, where did you swipe your card?" So I can try and ask questions around.
What?
But yes, I wanted my money back, but BOA gave it back to me, so I had no more trouble.
And they didn't close your account?
They didn't close my account.
I know so many people
No,
whose
because they
accounts
proved
they
it wasn't me. But see, people that they close their account. So it's this whole thing of forex money.
Oh,
So
yes,
with
there's a forex scam too.
Yeah, there's a forex scam. So like people find ways to
Wow.
clean. So like you want to change Naira for dollars. You have Naira, you want to
I
get
know. I
dollars.
actually know someone.
So
that
you
does,
pay-
well, allegedly.
You pay allegedly. So you pay them the Naira and say, "Hey, can you pay dollars into my account at a reasonable rate?" What they do is the dollars they send to your account is fraud money.
Wow.
So they're using it to clean up
Yeah.
their money. So
Oh,
every
wow.
fraud
So money
they have-
laundering kinda.
money laundering. So
They're
what
washing
happens is
it.
the bank sees that and then you get in trouble. They close your account because fraudulent money was put inside. So it's, I mean,
Wow.
man must chop, I guess.
Wow.
But it's
But that's the thing, though. These people are smart to come up with all
They
this
are
kind
smart.
of.
They are
so
smart.
find ways
Elaborate.
to
Like
use your
I was
smarts
reading
for
about
something
it, right?
good.
Like, literally, these guys do research on like
Yes.
Bank.
it takes time
bank
too.
executives.
Right. It's not like a quick
They look
thing.
at their habits like they really,
Yes.
really they have people
investigate and research.
all over, like in countries that like follow people and like try to like see things they do, and that way they try to impersonate them in one way, and that's how they carry. It's wild.
there was a Nigerian
They're
scammer
smart.
back in the days. I forget. Yeah, his name is Tobechi. Tobechi.
I remember.
Tobechi used to work for
Texas.
BOA,
Texas,
Bank of America.
Texas.
And he used to use people's home equity loans. That's what he used to
Wow.
I remember
take.
that.
And then I heard it was until he fucked around and got a senator's account.
Oh shit.
That's who now told FBI. And they were watching him for like months to years. They caught everybody around him except him. Like I think they caught his
He
girlfriend
ran
and
away.
she
He ran back to
texted him
Nigeria.
like, "Hey, they're outside, run away," and then they didn't
Oh,
see him.
wasn't there like a
But
they
like,
did
yeah,
a
they
thing
did
about
they did a
him?
move.
I
They
saw
did
that.
the FBI most wanted episode about him,
I
and it was
saw
funny
that.
because one of the terms they used when they were talking to like strippers in like the club.
Right,
That
I
he
saw
went
that.
to, that one of them
Yep.
was like, "Yeah, so bitch, doesn't make it rain. He makes it thunderstorm."
They said that whenever he shows up,
Whenever
to
he shows
this-
up, they call other
they
girls
start,
to come back.
They start
Yeah.
texting themselves like Tobechi.
Yeah, and
he had
then
like
there
a
was,
nickname.
Yeah, there was an American.
All of them, they'll be leaving their part-time jobs.
They were like, there was
To
an
come to
American
strip
rapper
club.
that one day wanted to, you know how all this Rick Ross and they went like
Right.
to fool themselves. They went to the club and was trying to do something
Flaunt
like that, and
them.
then they just basically looked at him like, "You this peasant, man." And then he started making it, and the rapper just left. Just like, yeah, I can't do this, man.
Wow.
So yeah, you know, I mean, we have the likes of people say Hush Puppy is a scammer.
People say, isn't he?
I don't know.
We don't know what's true.
I really don't know.
But I heard
mean,
apparently he can't even step foot in American soil, right?
Once
Because
again,
He's always in
I don't
Dubai.
know.
He's always
Right.
he stays in Dubai, and he's
The
always.
only thing I don't get about someone like a Hush Puppy, why are you so obsessed with Gucci? Like,
right, the
like I'm
ugliest
sorry, that
rap
lifestyle,
too.
like even
It's
even
so
even the
ugly.
scammers here I've seen in Baltimore, it's like, why are you guys always so upset in this?
I know.
This designers that anybody who's making a decent living can actually
afford,
afford. You know, like
right.
why is like that your thing?
I
you know,
mean,
build
but-
an empire, man. Like do something. You know, like
But you know what they say, old money and new money. Like if new money people flaunt and buy like the gaudiest
Yep.
crap ever. That's why
like
it's Gucci
this-
up
I
and
looked at
down
his
from
page.
head to toe.
I looked at his page
Like,
one day,
come
and I was like, okay,
on.
let me look at a day in the life of Hush Puppy, and like he takes a picture of him in a Bentley or a Rolls Royce wearing Gucci, going to the Gucci store, and then another Bentley to take him back home with the Gucci bags, and he goes upstairs and he posts a picture of him with the bags and the Gucci clothes, and that's the end. And tomorrow is the same thing. Is this what you're going to do till you die?
Just starting.
Just how many Gucci items you want to buy?
The whole
Like how
store.
many do they make? Do you understand what I'm saying? But like, why is that the thing that is
That's the
is-
you know
is-
what? That's the
is-
status of
yeah.
getting
Why is that
That's
the
what
thing
it's
that is
called, right.
like I have to buy designer clothes to prove that I'm a
I'm
successful
rich.
guy? Like, dude,
Right.
dude, shit. If I was a scammer, shit.
Right? You wouldn't even know.
I might even run for
even be on.
I might even run for president. So you guys, watch out, man.
There are a lot of politicians that started
Yes,
out
now,
with
a lot
scamming
of
now,
them
like the Niger
are.
politicians.
Yes.
But right now they're cracking down on them, Nigeria. So that's why. So what happened recently was there was like a decree where the CID, the Criminal Investigation Department of
In
Nigeria,
Nigeria,
the police force, basically they built these like task force called SARS, Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and they have like these people go out and like pursue people that they feel like are scammers. The problem with that now is they're starting to really harass people.
Oh, step
Like,
their bounds, basically.
Yeah, and like especially like young guys. And then what they do is, we already had issue with police people,
Right.
taxing,
Harassing people
harassing
anyway.
people for
Right,
money.
right.
Now it's almost like they've doubled that staff of people, and they're out here. Back then you worry about checkpoints and
Right,
whatnot.
right.
Now they're actually going pursuing people.
And houses and stuff. Like,
Well, yeah,
they go to people's houses.
They're
Oh, wow.
raiding. Now I'm sure they're raiding some scammers, but then they said that a lot of times you can just pay them money.
that's-
Yeah,
And
and
they
I
let
don't
you
think
go.
any successful fraudster has been harassed by them.
You think so? No,
That's
no,
the-
no.
because he's
They
gonna
actually they
pay-
rounded up some.
Yeah, but the
recently.
roundup that they did recently, actually, I heard the FBI was involved in that one.
You
it
see,
wasn't just
the US.
Nigeria,
They're
that they were
putting
involved.
pressure.
The one in the club.
Yes.
in the club?
yeah,
that
it was in
they
the club.
that they
went
seized
to
a bunch of
club.
their cars too.
Yeah, they seized a bunch of cars. They went to the club. SARS. So look,
There's a campaign right now online.
There's
And
an
I
SARS,
saw
yes.
that. I saw that.
so they're harassing a lot of people.
Are
And
they
I
beating
think they're
people up
harassing-
too,
yeah,
or
so
like
They-
what are they
sometimes
doing?
they
killing
beat-
people.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I've been hearing all kinds of accounts. Like they're kidnapping people till they give them money. And sometimes they're like, if they see you with tattoo or
Yeah, it's
or
a
piercings or
it's
something
a
like that.
misinterpretation of what they think 419 is.
Yeah.
That's
And
supposed to be.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. Some of these boys that they catch, when I look at their picture, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure these guys are 419.
Yeah,
so like,
he has some connects.
Yeah, I know you're a fraudster. So, but at the end of the day, still, that's not how you. Even if he's a
That's
fraudster,
not how you do it, though.
take that, arrest that guy, take
They
him
should
to
come
court.
take
You know,
lessons in
there's
America.
steps.
See how the FBI is doing
Yeah, you
it
don't
and
just
stuff. Like,
harass
come on now.
anybody
Ah.
without evidence because
Right.
he's.
Yeah. They're not giving them due process.
No.
nothing.
So that's where I think they're wrong, and like the excessive force they use is like why?
It's
What's-
messed up.
know.
But some of them, some people are fighting it back against some of them. I've seen some videos where they're like hooligans are like
Yep,
fighting.
yep, yep.
But then they have guns, though,
They do.
don't they?
Yeah, but when you have
how
a whole
gonna
community
fight?
of people fighting back against you, I mean, how many people do you want to shoot?
Yeah.
You know,
How many people
by
do
the
you want
time
to
somebody
shoot?
throws something on your head from afar, you know?
My prayer is
yeah,
that it just doesn't.
This guy,
So my prayer is that it just doesn't get out of hand and to the point where like people really start revolting.
I heard
because
something.
right now they
It's
yeah,
getting
yeah,
bad.
they need to
people
actually
off.
end it or reform it.
or reform.
Yeah.
But you know what I
Serious
heard?
reform.
Someone told me that it's because apparently election season is coming up in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
That supposedly it's like a way to discredit the government. That's why they're doing
It's
it.
possible. It's possible.
That the people
Interesting.
running for office are the ones kind of spending and funding them to do it.
Yeah.
So that it will make the government look bad. That you can't even control your own force and all that.
It's
That's what I
possible,
heard.
man.
Yeah, there's
Nigeria,
an allegation
anything
on Saraki now that
I
in
think I heard
the
about that.
states some people were
Oh yeah, I saw the video for that.
But yeah, I mean, but back to the 419, the fraudsters, a lot of them too, they control the entertainment industry.
Yes.
I've heard of,
Yes.
a lot of this
And,
actresses.
and that's why I said there are a lot of people that have interest. In
Yeah,
it,
they
like,
have
because
interest. Yeah, yeah.
A lot like regular
Dude,
folks.
Nice has a song called
They be shouting them
Living
out.
Things, where he was shouting them out. And at the end of,
Really?
when
Wow.
like Fowles tried to call him out on that guy, why are you pushing? I mean, this is one of the biggest songs in Nigeria
Living Things.
by Maintain. It's called Yahoozy.
Yeah,
Do you
be.
understand?
Yeah.
But he came out and in an interview just said jokingly that they give me money too, and that's, yeah, they do. I've heard of
Unabashedly, just
I heard
wow.
of like celebrities, like actresses hooking up with a lot of like getting that's their source of income.
Yeah.
It's from some of this known
419 people.
fraudsters, and then they'll come and
Wow.
start saying, "Thank God for giving me." Man, shut the fuck up, man. You know where you got your money from? You're not gonna say
Jeez,
thank
It's
you.
wild.
Marley.
Child.
So yeah, music industry. A lot of them have record labels.
So is this the way of legitimizing themselves, basically? I mean, don't
Clean
you,
it-
I mean,
in a way,
right?
yes, in a way, in a way.
so-
It's just like here now, drug dealers run record labels.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you stop
very
the,
similar.
so did they stop the?
No, they
419
don't. How you
things,
stop? Which money are you making from music? No,
Oh.
don't stop it.
though? Never mind.
There's some artists that I heard that are very deep.
Of course.
Pop. I'm not gonna mention any
Of
names,
course.
but
Some of your favorite artists out there.
Really?
they're like very deep
Like
in that.
it might not be
scam.
them per se, but
Yeah.
like
They're like a front.
they're
Almost.
like they're like a
Oh,
front
okay, I see.
for some of this.
basically like the gangsters and stuff. The
Something.
mobsters.
Yes, now I mean a lot of rappers out here, you still have ties to
Well,
Yeah, strong
drug.
ties.
I mean, I'm talking about the Italian mobsters
Oh,
back in the
okay,
day,
no.
like the restaurants and stuff that they have while
Oh,
they're
okay,
doing
okay, I
stuff.
see
The
what you
Soprano
mean.
style kind
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that organized, but yeah.
of. Wow. So we can't even organize that properly. What can we do properly?
And then-
Jesus.
I saw them be beefing each other too.
Oh, really?
I know the Hush Puppy was fighting with Davido at one point.
So guys, what do you think about taking a quick break?
I'm fine with
But
that.
before we do that, wait, Wale, do you want to introduce this song for us?
Okay, so those of you who might not know, I'm a very big Wizkid fan, Starboy for life. So anything he drops is always fire to me. But Skepta, my man Skeppy. First of all, wait, before we introduce it,
Yeah.
are we not going to talk about my boy on the Dolce & Gabbana runway,
Oh,
Wizkid,
Wizkid.
as the first black African artist?
Oh, he was the
Is
first.
the first black African, first African artist to
Yeah.
walk that runway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Can your favorite do that? But yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to
Yeah, that was
Skepta,
nice.
Naomi Campbell. I see her with Wiz. I think he should leave Tiwa Savage for her.
Wait. So what was that thing on his face? Was that
He
like
has
a-
this mask thing he started wearing.
Okay.
This diamond-studded mask thing. he
And
started
it's
wearing.
probably real, right?
It's probably real. Yeah,
nice.
I'm sure he can afford it. So, the FZ was nice.
He came out,
He
man.
came
Girls were really
they were
going
playing
crazy.
his song,
Yeah.
and then he took it out. But yeah, him and Skepta are very close. I mean, that's the reason why he had the song "One Dance" with.
So then him
With
and Naomi
Drake.
can't be then, because Skepta dates Naomi Campbell, so,
Well,
or
we
they
don't know.
used to
We
anymore.
We don't know what's
don't
going
know
on.
what.
They can share.
Hey, really?
But yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So him and Skepta are very close, and Skepta was the one who introduced him to Drake, as rumor have it. Skepta is on Drake's new album, but back then Drake was with Skepta. Skepta played a Joe Legba for him. Drake did the
Oh.
So
remix
he was on that
with
did
him
the
and
link up.
Skepta. Then they linked up. So then
okay,
Wiz.
okay.
So they've always been friends, and then Skepta has been embracing his Nigerian.
Yeah, he has.
Side, right?
He has a chieftaincy title actually.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Nigerians now.
They give
Of
him-
course.
That
yeah.
same man that has tattoos over his body. If he's a poor man now, they'll be saying rubbish. Because it's Skepta now.
The SARS
will come and disturb him now. But so he just released a new song called Energy, featuring the one and only Starboy. So we're gonna listen to it on the break.
Trying to get paid, take money, cash checks. You see the set, that's Lash, that's Dex. Young C, Young Shorty, Milcavelli, White Bricks, True Religion on the telly, it's me. Wiz got the house full of freaks, that's why I haven't been around for a week. I'm getting pounds in my sleep, I'm at the top of the mountain, it's peak. Bring it back before the villain. I had a life, real talk, true religion. It's in the blood, in the jeans, in the stitching. Walked in, no weapon, made a killing. Tongue kissing, pretty women. New iPhone cause I'm done with all the bitching. Tryna be in my position. Keep my shades on cause they're trying to see the vision.
She tell me, bad man, see I need your love. See I need your love. Me need you close to me. Me tell her say me, oh stay on the road. Bad energy, stay far away. Make you stay far away. Just give me love for the night. Give me love for the night. Girl, waste no time.
Breakfast in bed on a plane. I could never complain. I was walking with the limp, had the cane. Deck said greatness and nothing was the same. Now we're set for life. I saw the turn up button and I pressed it twice. You heard I'm in the club, then my best advice is put your shoes on and come and get your wife. Cause we've been having sex just for exercise. Every night man are doing sexercise. She look into my eyes, now she's mesmerized.
She tell me, bad man, see I need your love. See I need your love. Me need you close to me. Me tell her say me, oh stay on the road. Bad energy, stay far away. Make you stay far away. Just give me love for the night. Give me love for the night. Girl, waste no time.
Hey, they better get used to the flex. African man, you see the jewels on my neck. Black James Bond, that's the new silhouette. You see me in the street and I was moving correct. Been running around trying to do the home run. Left that girl, she was no fun. I tie one, smoke one. Big Chief Skepta and I answer to no one. Counting my blessings, I'm feeling special. Bird's eye view, SK level. Give them the shaku when I dance with the devil. Young fella Kuti, the return of the rebel. I told her I need some space. Real busybody, never stay in one place. And she knows I got more tricks under my sleeve. That's why she never wants me to leave.
She tell me, bad man, see I need your love. See I need your love. Me need you close to me. Me tell her say me, oh stay on the road. Bad energy, stay far away. Make you stay far away. Just give me love for the night. Give me love for the night. Girl, waste no time.
Yep. So that was Skepta. Yeah. So what did you think of that?
I like the song.
You
This is
did?
my first time hearing it in full. I've heard a little bit of it, but yeah, it's nice. I like Skepta anyway, and I like Wizkid, so can't go wrong.
Funny, when the song dropped, everybody was tweeting bad. Even me, everybody was tweeting bad energy. Stay away from me. But it's like some of the people that were tweeting it, they are the bad energy. They don't even understand. Yeah, they want. It's you that they should stay away from.
Yo, Wale, so you had your birthday recently now. How
I
did
did.
that go?
It was
Happy
pretty good. It was
birthday.
pretty good.
How old are you now?
Me, I'm old enough, man. So I'm old enough to do everything. But it was pretty good. Getting closer to 30. So
You're a baby.
Me too.
Oh.
shut the me too. Hashtag me too.
Late 20s, early 30s.
Shut up.
Chorus stay being 25 or whatever
Leave him.
you claim.
But yeah,
right.
it was good. Thank God for another year. So
That's what's up,
That's
man.
nice. So what did you do to celebrate? How'd you celebrate?
me, went out. I went on a date.
Oh, all right.
Alright.
You gotta keep it casual.
Okay.
You know, no, that's.
So you
proper,
weren't
but
turning up or anything?
No, I don't have Yahoo money. So when I get the Yahoo money.
Legally.
Legally,
Right.
well,
Eh.
legally, yes.
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 Don't let everybody come.
I mean,
They'll come and knock on the door right
No,
here.
I can't do fraud, man.
All right, so we're gonna switch gears a little bit. This one is a bit of a serious topic. And it was, look, I can't help but talk about it because it was all over the news for the past couple of weeks. President Trump recently ended this policy that they had of separating kids, right? And it was like a huge thing. He recently signed what was it, like a decree or something?
right, executive.
You know he didn't need to do that.
I know.
You know he could have just called.
Right, I know. This dude
He
just
signed
does-
it.
But he likes to sign.
Right, like he likes
That's
his signature.
Big signature. He likes to sign and say, "Yeah, we signed some very important documents."
Right,
he just
very
likes it,
important.
yeah.
But let me give a brief breakdown because I feel like the conversation it got very, very, very heated because
Right.
and I feel
And
like
as it should,
I,
though.
well it should, but I feel like to an extent too people use those images of kids to
Right.
drum up emotions a lot.
I mean, but that's everything. Back in the day for Vietnam War, people really didn't know what was going on until they started seeing pictures of the bodies coming home and stuff. So that's images conjure up emotions.
but then
in
they
us.
can't be.
That's
But then they
normal.
can't be fake images. Some of the
Well,
images
true.
were from the Obama
Well,
administration.
right, I agree with that.
Like
right.
for instance, the did you see the image of the little kid on
Crying.
the Time magazine?
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't apparently.
According to the dad, I was gonna say that the dad didn't even know the wife or the mom and the daughter had left the country to go to the border. He
Okay,
didn't know that.
so by
how
the
would
way,
you know
so
if
let
they
me
were separated
explain-
or not?
so let me
You know what I
explain-
mean?
so let me
You-
explain
no,
what-
do you
what
understand
this-
what I'm saying
I know,
about that?
I know.
Right. So I'm not saying they were separated. I'm just saying we don't know.
Okay,
Where's the mom?
So let me explain this picture. There's a picture on Time on the cover of Time
Yeah,
magazine.
I
It's a
saw
little
it.
baby
right,
girl
looking up,
crying, looking up at
and
Donald
Trump
Trump.
looking down at her.
Other news organizations took this and they took this as a story of a girl that was separated from her
Right,
parents.
right.
It turns out she wasn't separated from her
Right.
parents. But not only that, it turns out this was also someone that the mom had taken her across
The border,
illegally.
right?
And
Asking for asylum, right?
asking for asylum.
Right.
However, according to the dad said that she was actually just going there to work.
Right.
So let me just give a breakdown of the situation. Now, yes, that was a crisis, separating families. We all
Families,
agree, right?
Right.
But prior to that, there was already a crisis. Would you
Right.
agree?
I mean, yeah, the immigration, the whole thing
It is.
it's been a
So
long
I'll-
thing coming.
So I'll take it back to the Obama administration, right? And again, I don't want to get too. I'll try to just kind of like breeze over it. But it started with the Obama administration. He came into office, and they noticed a spike
Right.
in illegal
Right.
crossings. It was a huge spike. Remember, they used to call him
Deporter in chief.
Deporter in
Yeah.
chief.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because he used to get attacked for that.
Yes.
But it turns out a lot of
needed
it
to be
really,
done, right.
A lot of this
I mean,
really needed to be done.
yes.
And it got to the point where our resources, the border resources,
It was getting
it was getting overwhelmed.
Right.
And what they would start doing, what they started doing was, because some of these people would ask for asylum. Some of these people would ask for asylum, and they would have to like process the case,
Right,
but then
right,
they would have
right.
to detain them.
Right.
So, but some of these people also had kids,
Right.
and they would detain those kids with them.
Right.
And this is how it started. But because there was such a huge backlog,
Right.
turning like thousands of backlogs
Right.
at one point, that what happened was they would detain these kids for a long amount of times. And one of these civil committees,
Liberties, right.
they sued the government. They were like, we can't be
Detaining
detaining
children.
kids.
I agree with that, though. Why are you detaining children?
So
in the
a
first
judge, signed something and said they can't keep kids for more than 20 days.
place? Right.
Now, keep in mind, there's a big backlog already. So what happens is they take these people, and because there's a backlog, they have to release them.
Release them. Right.
And usually, most of
People
the time,
run.
they have to release them, both the parent and the
Parents,
child.
yep.
And they'll tell them, okay, you have to make sure you come back.
Yeah, and they don't.
But then they end up not
Right.
coming back.
I don't blame
So,
them.
but
okay.
would you admit that that's
I mean, that's wrong.
like that's
but-
something that at least needs to be stopped.
Right.
So you can understand people on the other side of the argument that they feel like something needs to be done.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
needs
yeah.
to be stopped? Like,
Like the fact that
How about
we
just-
we can hold people, we can release them inside like illegally, like
Right.
people that are here illegally, and we'll release them in the economy, into
so they
country.
shouldn't release
into
them.
society.
Is that what you're saying?
into the society. Well, they shouldn't. They have to release them because they have kids, right?
Right.
But and that's the catch-22.
That's the
But then they release,
22.
and then what ends up happening is that they're in
So
society.
here's
I'm
my
sorry.
thing
Okay.
with this whole argument that I don't like to have. If these illegal immigrants were from Europe, nobody would be
Right.
complaining.
Thank you.
And that's the key factor
Thank
of it. Donald
you.
Trump's wife, where is she
Thank
even from,
you.
first of all? Like, let's
Thank
even start
you.
with that. Do you understand? Like, that's like the biggest
Slovakia,
fuck you to
whatever.
the face. Is like, look at her. That woman is not even American. Like, she's, and then
She
you
didn't come
have,
here
and then
legally
you have
either,
all
but
this.
okay.
But the question is, are Europeans coming in illegally at the same
Same
rate
rate.
as
And
the
then
Of
white
course
people?
not.
wait, because
They're-
of proximity
they're not.
now. But then
Exactly.
again, wait, number one, number two. Let's break this down.
Okay.
You look at these colonizers that keep saying, yes, go back. No, show me one person that is literally from America. The
one.
Native Americans are not here.
Okay, so are you,
all
are
of
you
them
trying to make a
themselves-
case
so
for
if
having
when,
open
yeah,
borders?
so when they came,
is that
so
what you're doing?
if this was the law hundreds of years ago, there will be no Donald Trump. There will be no and whatever
Fair.
her name is. There will be none
Fair.
of these people because
Fair.
your people that try to come and everybody will like get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So you'd be somewhere in Europe right now. There's no, and then what is the Trump goes, oh, the bad hombres, right?
Yeah.
He's always mentioning MS-13.
Yeah.
MS-13, first of all, was founded in America, and MS-13 is filled with people from El Salvador
Salvadorians, right?
Yes.
and Honduras,
Yes.
not Mexico. So now you're
No, but you have people coming from the border from there, though.
Right. I mean, from El
From the
Salvador,
border, yeah, they
true.
come
Yes,
through
Some
Mexico.
of them,
yes,
right,
yes, but
right. Majority.
are you now going to limit? And then you talk about the
Okay, but before you go on, right? So just so we can put it in context to see how big the issue is. They said in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah.
You know how many people have died crossing the border?
how many
7,200.
non-Americans have died, right? These are people that
Trying
That are
to come
crossing.
in.
That are
Right.
trying to cross it. Like you
Do
admit
you
that
think-
that
do you
in itself
think-
is a
So you
crisis.
said
do you think-
7,000 people?
7,200.
don't you let
in
me
the last 10
let me
years.
ask you something. Don't you think
That's
these people
more.
are
That's
happy?
more troops that have died in the Iraq and Afghanistan war.
Yeah,
by
but
the
don't
way.
you think that the Americans are actually happy these Mexicans are dying coming over here? They don't care.
Wait, which Americans? I don't think.
It's not their people coming here now.
Yeah, but-
so that start is just what's the start? Are you saying that you're doing all this to
But it is an issue
Prevent-
To prevent them Mexicans from dying? Do you think they
that's-
care?
So okay, so that's what happened. So that was why Donald Trump, even though it was wrong, that was why he tried to use that policy. Even though he denied it, he tried to use it as a deterrent to have people coming in. Because the thing is,
He doesn't care about
because
that,
the thing
though.
is, if people know that if I get to the border,
Right.
if I cross illegally, and all I have to say is I'm seeking asylum,
Right.
what does that do? That's a loophole in
is
itself.
a
Right, but
loophole,
there are
yes.
really there are people who truly do need the asylum though. I know a couple
Yes.
people
Yeah,
that actually did come legitimately because of asylum issues. And
but
stuff.
actually, my
yeah,
aunt
exactly.
actually,
I was
her,
gonna say
her
I know
kids, her
people
kids
like
came on asylum.
personally, right?
Yeah, but then what happens when all these people are abusing the system? It makes it harder for them. So
But you have to prove,
so you have to
though. You
understand
know
that,
that
we have
they
to,
don't
we
just
also,
they
but
don't
we have to
grant
do something
they
about
don't
it.
you know that they don't
we
grant
can't just flaunt.
they don't
kids
grant
in front of
asylum for
everybody.
everything. I mean, for everyone that
Yes.
for everyone
Yes.
that applies for it, right?
Yes.
They deny
But then-
majority of it
But
actually.
they still have to hear a
yeah,
lot
I
of
mean you have to
cases.
hear them out, right? But that's
Okay,
the law.
so
That's
coming into
like-
the United States legally, number one is not easy, for as easy as they make
Legally.
it seem. Like
Yeah,
coming, it's not that easy. Number two, you have a president who's saying we're going to build a wall, we're going to make Mexico pay for it. Why not say we're going to help Mexico to prevent people from leaving
Coming.
their country when
Right.
their economy is better? America,
So you want people, right? So you got to understand this thing is complicated. It's not that simple.
Mm-hmm. Right,
you're
right,
trying
right,
to say you want us to use our tax dollars to help
rather than
another
build a wall,
government.
rather than build a wall.
No, you know what? It's a fair point, but
If you're going to
but
build a
then
wall,
some
yeah.
people would argue that should my tax dollars be going?
You
to-
see all this.
You understand that
arguments-
we also have
okay,
issues.
so
in
so let
America.
me paint
Like,
it. Okay, so let me
it's
paint a
not as
picture. We do have
simple as
issues
you're
here.
making it out
It's not
to
as
be.
simple, but let me paint this picture for you. So the average American tells you, look at Trump's campaign. I'm bringing jobs to America.
Yeah.
So I saw a breakdown of when he made GMC build a plant here in America, and someone broke it down and said, so on paper it looks like Trump just added
jobs. And
jobs,
Stuff. Yeah.
but here's what's going to happen. It's going to become too expensive
Right.
for Chevy to make their cars here. That's why they actually do it in Mexico. But
Obviously.
you force them to do it here, and they've hired a couple hundred people. Chevy's going to then have to pay these people more money than they want to, and the car you buy for $20,000 is going to go up to $25,000 because they have to make money.
Yeah.
And eventually, Chevy's going to be like, you know what, it's not even worth it for us, so let's just get machines to assemble this car. So
Yeah.
guess what happens? The so-called jobs you added have been lost, and and then the cars you're buying are becoming more expensive. The economy it's not
Making
as
it,
simple as
like, economy, right?
bam. There's a reason why these things are the way it is. There's a reason why things are manufactured in China. There's a reason why things are. It's just no. You can't just close your border and say it's me. Then I saw the story. About
but no one is saying you should close your border. There's legal ways to get in the country. We're trying to.
How many Mexicans are they letting in legally? Here. Number one, and then number two, like you see these people coming illegally and they're causing harm. I feel like they're doing more good than harm. Like you see the story of
and I was gonna get to that.
Strawberries. Something as simple as strawberries. The price. Some states are complaining that the prices are going up. Their strawberries they're rotten because there's no one to pick it for them.
You see.
Do you understand?
But Wale, you're getting ahead of me because that was really where I was going to.
Right.
The reason why this loophole exists, I'll tell you. Look,
Go
all these kids, people shoving kids in your faces, Republicans crying about MS-13, all this. Look, it's all BS. It's all to drum up votes.
Right.
We actually
need immigrants.
To an extent.
Yes.
Yeah, we need them.
We need everybody.
The food, no. And I'm not talking about just immigrants. We actually need illegals.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
The food we eat.
Yes.
Our economy is propped up by it, and that's
they know that,
they both know that.
Both
sides know that.
Right, but the people voting don't know that. The average American don't know that. They don't know that.
But you see, they need to start being real with the people.
Did you see
Americans being real with each other?
Really? Did you see the press conference Trump just did recently? I think it was yesterday or today. I can't remember. I saw it today where he had families of victims that have been killed by illegal immigrants. First of all, this idiot actually signed. He signed the pictures of the dead people, like he autographed their pictures for the parents. Then this woman, I don't want to say she deserved everything that came her way, but she was holding the picture of her dead son. First of all, why are you autographing a picture of my dead child? And then number two, she goes, you saying you build a wall was the best gift you've given to me, and I can't wait to get the shovel and help you start building. Nigga, fuck you, man.
Like, I can tell you hate Trump.
No, I do. I don't like I'm not I don't know if I'm a Democrat or Republican. I don't want to be forced to be one or the other because there are things both sides do that just
of course.
irk me.
How about you, Yeti?
I'm more on the liberal side.
You're Democrat.
Well, I would, for the most part, I vote Democrat. Yeah,
I'm an independent.
I think I'm leaning more towards being independent because
I don't like either side.
Yeah, there are things you do.
Of course, there are things Democrats do that I don't like either.
So let me ask you, if 2020 were to come today, just given the candidates
that we have now,
who's
out there right now?
Well, I know Kamala Harris is
Isn't Sanders running again?
He might. Of course, Trump is gonna run.
Right. Look, he's gonna win. Trump is winning. Unfortunately,
right now,
the right way everything's going, he's going to win. Sadly.
But then, if you had to pick somebody right now out of all the candidates out there, who would you?
I don't know enough about any of them except for Kamala Harris.
So let's assume Hillary is running. Bernie is running. Kamala, these are the people that it's kind of obvious is running. I think Cory Booker too.
I don't think Hillary's gonna run.
You don't think so?
Anymore.
No, she's not.
She's not running.
That ship is. America does not want a woman president.
I don't think.
You think that's why? Because they don't want to.
Well,
Elizabeth Warren too is a pretty good candidate.
Hillary is very complicated though.
It's
not. She has her husband,
and then she latched on to.
She has a little baggage.
No, it's not about the baggage.
Like political baggage.
Right.
So here's the thing: Americans showed that we're still a racist country.
Oh, definitely.
When this election came, because hell no, we're not gonna have someone. Hillary tried to run off Obama's swag rather than being her own person. Like the day before the election, I don't understand why you're chilling with LeBron James and Beyonce in Cleveland, and you still lost the votes to her. Like you still lost. Like you knew you weren't going to win Ohio in the first place, but you were there doing what?
Yeah.
Like
it
was insulting. They tried. It was very insulting to me. So I was like, "Are you stupid? Like, what are you doing?" So they did all that, and she's not going to run again.
She's not running.
But back to this whole thing. Those people that are saying stuff like, "I can't wait to get a shovel and start building," they're the people who. They're the Americans that go to China and get mad at you for speaking Chinese.
Right.
They're the people who walk in here and me and you start speaking pidgin English and they're like you're in America. Speak American.
Those are the people that support Trump. Speak American.
Those are the people that support Trump for the most part.
But can I say something? Yeah. You see, this is what I want to get out. I'm not trying to say I love Trump. I don't hate Trump. I don't like him either. I don't hate him.
I actually hate him.
I don't
think I've ever hated anybody.
I wouldn't say I hate him, but here's the thing, right? I think the issue is when we categorize everyone that supports Trump as being a hateful person. I think that's
not
the
true.
issue.
No, well, I
Not
don't.
everybody.
But that's
Not
what
everybody.
you're doing. No, but Wale, see what you just did there. You said, oh yes, these people that support Trump.
Yeah.
You said it. Now you brought up an example of like one of the extremes, one of the idiots.
But isn't that what he always does when he's campaigning?
But
he uses
there
these
are
people.
extremes on both sides.
There are extremes
my
on both
point.
sides. Yeah, that's why I said I'm not either or. But if your core way of preaching to somebody is using someone as extreme as that,
Right.
it means that your core fan base supports
Right,
that.
right.
It's like you can't come out and use a Christian to campaign in an Islamic nation. They won't listen to you. Do you understand? So, so you know that the core of your followers, this is how they think. Your core of your followers are not.
And he knows that.
He's doing a bit of dog whistling.
Even not
He
that
is.
educated.
That's for
definitely.
sure. He's doing it. But then,
He's pandering to his base,
but then
like,
Democrats
really,
also
really.
do a little bit
Well,
of dog whistling
everybody does
themselves.
it.
They
Everybody-
do this
every party,
emotional
they all do it.
stuff. My next question is: so, if you had to pick two issues, right, at the very top, just in terms of policy wise, we're talking about America here. If you had to pick two issues that you say are the very top of your list in terms of priority, like 1A and 1B, what would they
Go
be?
for
Like
a
the
second.
first
I'm
two
trying to
things
think. Let me
that you
think.
feel like people like we need to fix.
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
Healthcare is like the number one thing. You think so?
Yeah.
Healthcare
Well, yeah.
and equality.
I have said the police brutality
Equality,
thing,
that's
but
very
that's
vague.
vague, right? But I would say
That's
the
very
justice
vague.
system. I would say
Is
fix
it
the
police?
justice
Isn't that part of
The
equality?
justice system is a huge
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah, the justice system that's
It's-
part of
okay,
equality.
yeah,
If you're
fair.
going to be
It's higher on my list.
treat people the same way in that aspect, you can't just be shooting black people
And that's
for
why
running
that image just
and
conjured up
for-
that 17-year-old boy they shot last-
for being in your
this week, right?
parents'
Yeah.
house, for telling someone try to reach out for his. You
Cell
ask
phone
me,
and all that.
can I see identification? And then you reach out for your ID and they say he has a gun. Like, so what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to show you identification?
It's messed up.
So things, I want an equal situation. If we know that the police is bad and bad,
Police
let them
reform.
be doing it to the white people also.
Me, if I had to pick my top two things,
Well-
I think the number one thing would be money in politics. Because I feel like if we can fix
Yeah.
that, it would be easier to
To get everyone
fix
involved,
a lot of
right,
this other
right,
thing.
right,
And it would
right.
be easier to,
Right.
there's only like 60% of Americans
Yeah.
voted in the last election. There's like a huge
Yeah, people
part of
that
the
are not voting,
electorate
right, that
that
are
are
not
not,
voting.
they're checked out. There's
Yeah.
so many people.
But that was because of the candidates now.
No, it's been like that.
always been like that. It's been
50,
always-
Well, Obama's
60%.
one wasn't it more than that?
It
Well,
was
people, it had a turnout, better turnout for younger
for younger
people.
voters, but
Younger
it was
voters,
still
okay.
like
Yeah.
at that 60-70%. A lot of people don't vote. So I think that would be the first, because once you can do that, it will be easier to do all the other things.
Right.
I think my second issue would probably be the environment, because
Well,
I'm
yeah,
convinced that's the
another
biggest
issue
existential
right now.
threat
Yeah.
to humankind.
Well, that's true.
Look, 90-something% of scientists are saying that we're the ones causing
Yeah,
these
we
things.
are. But your people don't even believe that. Well, not your people, but Trump
What
doesn't
do you mean,
believe
my people?
Not
Please,
your
though,
people.
I don't want them thinking I'm like
Trump
alt
supporter.
right. No.
No. Not your
I mean, I'm just saying
people.
that I don't hate him. That's what I'm saying. I don't like him either, but I don't hate
Trump
him.
doesn't believe in
I don't want to say
You saw what
I
he did
hate
to
the
the
guy.
EPA, right? Like, he
Yeah,
doesn't
he
believe
doesn't
in all
believe-
that,
Stop
climate
doing
change
it.
and all that. Like, come on.
I don't
How
hate
can
the
you
guy,
support
but
such a person
hate,
like that?
I hate the way
I
he
am
does
praying
his
for an
things.
independent to come
like,
into
come
Dude,
power.
see, here's the
on.
thing with Trump. Here's the thing with Trump.
There's
I
so
don't-
much
But that's
I
the
don't
thing.
hate him.
Americans will never vote up in an independent. That
No,
will
no,
never
no.
happen.
See,
Frustrating, man.
Trump
But
isn't,
we need that. But we need to start. Look,
But
we
that
need,
will never
we need
happen
a
in
third
America.
option.
Well,
we do.
It's
We
not going
need
to happen
it.
anytime soon. And
It's
Trump's
Yeah,
frustrating.
but the third options
he's
still
not
need to be
policy
about
driven.
their business too. They're not. That was her name. That woman that came in. What was her name again? The third party woman, the Green Party lady.
Jill Stein.
Would you really? Was she serious?
Yeah,
Would
she was serious to me. I voted Jill Stein.
Okay.
I voted Jill Stein.
She wasn't serious. I don't think she was serious.
Well, honestly, the other things that I would prioritize is, like I said, those are the top two things, and the other things I would probably prioritize is just like you guys mentioned, prison industry reform, with the vets, taking care of the vets. I think that's also
Yeah,
a
prison
big
reform
issue.
is needed. That's,
Because we fight all these wars.
Yeah,
they come
and then
back.
they come
Yeah,
home and
there's-
they're
there's
nothing.
They come back to society. I think that's
there's a show
And
on
that's what I'm-
Netflix
I'm-
called
okay.
The Lockup. I started watching it yesterday, and it's about like they send people to like the hole.
Oh,
Like when you're
yeah.
even in jail, they actually have their
Yeah,
isolation, and
segregation,
it's
yeah.
like it fucks
It's seg.
people up.
Yeah,
man.
it's
You know,
basically
like,
you're out in there for
you're
24
24
hours. Come
There's
out
no
on
window.
an
You
hour.
come out an
That's
hour.
it.
You don't
Yeah.
interact with somebody.
Yep,
Some
yep.
guy had been in there for 10 years.
Yeah. It messes with you. Your mental, when you're out completely, when you come out, your mental health is not the same anymore.
Things like that.
Yeah.
I also feel we need to cut down on discretionary wars, and we need to reel in our defense budget. I'm tired of these wars, man. I'm sick of it.
Have you noticed that every time there's a Republican in office, we go to war? Have you noticed that?
No, we went to war with...
But it was started, by somebody else.
It's their way now. It's their policy.
But you know what?
Obama went into Libya, too, though.
Well...
He did. Even though we weren't necessarily in the war.
But, right.
But at least Obama wasn't, like, trying to start
an
actual war.
But you know what I'm saying?
The Republicans tend to be hawkish.
Americans, like, they blow my life with that whole veteran thing. Like, so you're for veterans, right?
Yeah.
But when they come home, you don't take care of them. The VA is the worst it's ever been.
I know.
And you're saying, oh, the flag, it's for veterans. No, it ain't. You don't care for veterans. This is all just a symbol.
And that's another part where I said that
Americans are hypocritical.
I feel like that's where Republicans are also being manipulated.
Yes, the flag. My father fought for that flag. Yeah. But that person came home. Y'all didn't take care of him.
You're not complaining about the VA system.
Right, exactly.
You're right.
The homeless, the veteran dude that froze to death.
Froze to death. When?
So this was it last year? I think it was last year in the winter time,
Yeah.
He was dropped off at the VA for his medicals and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He left when he was done. They're supposed to put him on a car back to his residence.
Yeah.
This dude wandered around until he froze to death.
Oh, that's sad.
Like, where is the care for the so-called veterans you're supporting and all that? The flag and all that. Right, exactly. All the homeless people are veterans, right?
These people still don't give them money.
You want to come to me and say, oh, the flag is, you're disrespecting the flag by not standing up for because the veterans. Sit down somewhere. Like, that pisses me off to, like, no end.
Some of the other things I also think, of course, immigration reform. But like I said, I don't think we're ever going to close that loophole. I'm convinced.
And I don't think we should, though.
And you're right, because I do feel like
people that really need it.
And I do feel like people that have really, really put in the work and that have come in, they've sacrificed. I feel like we at some point we need to give them a path to citizenship.
Right.
Now,
and
of course, we could have a system where we could screen people. We could have things where we can make sure, like, they don't have a criminal record, stuff like that.
Yeah, but majority of the illegal immigrants that come to get a better life, they don't want trouble either. I know. Majority of them, but there will always be bad people. How much it's
costing some of them to even come over here.
Right, exactly.
Their whole life savings.
Their whole life, everything. Their families, they live back home and everything.
Pick oranges and make his $5 a day.
Exactly.
And
you're...
A lot of food we eat.
Yeah, you want to talk about... He's taking my jobs.
It's all being
and
processed by illegal immigrants.
In the Orange Grove, they're being abused by the farmers and everything. So it's like these people
you talk about you want
a better life.
They're taking your jobs, but when you buy, they
don't do it.
When you want to move, you go to Home Depot and pick them up and say, "Hey, follow me for $100." But hey,
I feel like you're judging me, Wale.
But you're talking about.
I feel like you're looking at me. I don't know.
But you talk about
they use them for their nannies and everything. Like they use them for everything. You want to complain?
So let me ask you
something. Sit down. Like that pisses me off all the time when I see that.
What do you think about this idea of? And this is, of course, policy related to, but as it relates to the black community, the idea of reparations for not for slavery. I'm not talking about for slavery, but for
weed.
Like, weed. And you know how Canada they're about to legalize weed now.
Yeah.
They just did.
They just did it. Yeah.
And now all these states, they're all legalizing weed. It's becoming legal.
Yes.
This thing that people are now making money off of, there are people that are still in prison.
Yes.
For it.
And that was
so what do you think about the idea of reparations for people that were
criminalized, right? That were put in prison. Yeah, I think they should first of all release them. Some of the people are still in jail for it.
Yo, if we can get a candidate that can get behind
Cynthia
that.
Nixon is actually, you saw what she did in New York,
and
people almost crucified her for what she said.
But the problem with that is you're going to lose a lot of people in return.
How?
What do you mean?
But why would you?
Majority of the there's still parts of this country. I saw like a interview with an officer who, like, his mentality of what these drugs can do. He thinks if you smoke weed, he's never smoked weed. He doesn't know anyone who smokes weed, but he thinks if you smoke weed, you're going to do something bad. There's still Americans that have that traditional view, just like Nigerians think that weed is a bad
You're
thing.
right.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
like these
Yeah.
people are not going to vote for you if they're hearing that. And then how many people? What's the population of black to white people that are
Well,
in jail for possession?
I think I'm pretty sure it's disproportionately
Yeah,
black.
black.
Yes, so
Blacks and, like,
so they don't. That's
minorities.
why I said equal. I mean, it might be vague, but that's what I'm saying. If you're going to lock up a black man for something, lock up a white man for the same thing.
But they
no.
don't. That's the thing.
They
That's
don't.
the
Yeah, you know.
system.
So
They don't.
you're going to hear. So what's going to happen is a candidate that comes out saying, "Hey, let's do this whole new thing and release them." You're actually just fighting for black people,
Right.
and that's how this other side would see it and say, "Oh, nah, we're good."
Man, but
That's
there's,
true.
Look,
That's very
there's so
true.
many bonuses that will come out of it.
Right.
Though.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel like it'll go a long way in bringing peace to a lot of these neighborhoods. You know, if we're,
Or the drug-
if we're legalizing drug, we're taking business
Well,
from a lot of
legalizing
these-
weed.
Sorry,
not
weed.
the
weed.
other
No.
drugs.
I'm not talking about the other. I'm talking about weed. If we did that,
Right,
right?
right.
There's less conflict. There's probably even less conflict at the border.
Right.
At
Well,
least-
true. A lot of the things
You know what I'm
are
saying?
well. That's true.
Like it almost cuts into everything else in society.
yeah, it does.
It'll bring more harmony within our neighborhoods. I feel like it'll also prop up the economy.
Yes.
Like this
Yes.
is like a new
You can
industry.
actually tax it and everything like that. Like it would be awesome, but Americans don't see that. Like I have a coworker. She's Hispanic, but she thinks she's a white woman. But you know, she's one of those. But like I was talking about weed the other day. Like you should see her face turned, like
Really?
in such disgust. Like all those people in Colorado smoking up the place. I was like, what? That's not how it is, though. Like,
Man, I
they don't
feel
get
like
it.
It's such a winning issue, man. It's so
It
many.
is.
I'm convinced it'll drop the violence in a lot of these communities. So many
but
advantages. To that,
we have a
but-
long way to go with that.
Yeah, we have a
That's
long
not
way to
gonna
go.
happen
I'm
anytime
just
soon.
praying an independent comes along.
And also, I don't think, well, that one too is a long shot. Your independent person coming.
I know.
That's a long shot. I don't see that happening anytime soon either.
Yeah, I don't
People
see
don't
it.
take them seriously, number
Speaking
one.
of-
And all they do is just split the votes, I think, personally. That vote that you give to Jill Stein could have gone to Hillary.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't have. If
No,
I had
no,
to do it
but I'm
again, I
saying-
would still vote Jill Stein.
But I'm saying if she wasn't there, period, would you have voted for Trump or Hillary? If no one
That's
else
a
in the
hard
middle.
one, man.
Like, so you
I
would
couldn't
have
have
voted
voted
for Trump?
No, I couldn't have voted for
Exactly.
Trump.
I would have voted for paper if I voted for Trump.
I don't know.
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, that's a hard one because I don't know if I would like the way things would have gone with Hillary.
But it would be better than what it is now, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Well, we don't know.
I don't know
But
that.
I'm sorry. But Trump, like, appealed to the racist Americans. You know that. And
But
I
then
can't support...
he also appealed to non-racist Americans
What
too.
I'm saying, but he galvanized the racists though. That's why you're seeing all this Charleston, the Tiki Church people more and more now.
that's-
And he said they're good people on both sides. He couldn't even denounce them, Corey.
That one is a whole other discussion.
That's what
That
I'm
one is a
saying.
whole
No,
other
and that's why I
discussion.
can't support a person like that. I'm sorry, I can't support him.
But that's what we do. We use these instances as reason, and that's why.
Yes,
and
and that's human,
No,
though.
but that's what I'm
Human
saying.
beings,
But you
we
can't
do
say
that.
because someone supports Trump and you can't justify it by saying because he said this, and the fact that you support like today this morning, right? I saw this guy on MSNBC. Where he was talking about at this point in 2020. We have to stop even putting it on Trump. We have to start looking at whoever is voting for Trump. We have to look at them as the evil. You see,
No,
stuff
you
like
can't
that.
do
And
that.
that's what I'm saying.
See, I actually know people that voted for Trump.
And that's what I'm
I
saying.
work with them, and I don't think they're racist.
And that's what I'm saying. We can't
You can't
start this
generalize.
culture.
You
We
can't
can't start this
generalize.
culture of like impugning people's characters because
Based
of
on
their
who-
political
But there are people
allegiances.
who
There
did
are.
vote
There
because
are.
of
There
their
are.
racist views.
There are.
But I know better than that though. I know not everybody that voted for him is racist.
Yeah.
One actually thought he would. Even though she's an educated woman, but I don't understand. But she's like, that whole what did she say? The jobs and everything, they drained the swamp, is what she said. She said, that's why she voted for him
it
because
was
of
the swamp itself
yes.
that-
I'm like, what?
Yo, Trump is a wild guy.
Right,
man.
like that was what did it for her. That drain the swamp
kind of
thing was
wild
what
people he's
did it for
bringing
her.
into his
And I was like,
office,
really?
The kind of questionable characters he's
Right.
having
I'm like,
run
so,
his
and then so
agencies.
that's the funny thing. So she told on herself. So the other day when with the Ben Carson thing with the chair with his wife thing, she was so disappointed. She was like, I can't believe it. He was supposed to drain the swamp. I was like, really, lady?
Yeah, and that's
Did
what I'm
you
saying.
really
Sometimes
think-
it's just ignorance. Sometimes some of these supporters, sometimes it's just out of ignorance.
She's an educated woman. She's
But then,
a nurse.
but look, there are also people that do things that support Democratic candidates out of ignorance
Right,
too.
well,
like,
true.
Look at
That's
Hillary,
true.
for instance.
Yeah.
Let's be
It's-
honest.
right, there are
what have
people
they?
on both sides. I
Hillary
agree
and
with
Bill
that.
were the ones that crafted the crime bill, and that was one of the
But
things
that's not
that Jill.
right. But a majority of the black leaders supported him then too.
Yes,
because
you're right.
they thought
You're
it
right.
was gonna do better for the community,
And
and,
I
it
feel like,
backfired
and I feel
on
like
us.
the black leaders
Right.
failed us just
Yes,
as much.
exactly. So they can't blame it just on the Clintons. Blame all the black leaders as
But I'm
well.
just trying to tell you that there's just
Right. I mean,
as
there's
much-
on each side.
But
I
then
agree.
moving on. I think because we're running out of time here. I want to touch on this guy. This kid, xxxtentacion. Can you say the name, Wale?
Triple X Tentacion.
Triple xxtentacion. Man, rest in peace, man. He
Yeah,
recently
RIP,
died. It's the situation was pretty. He got shot. Luckily, they've caught his killers now.
Those kids.
They've
Black
caught his
kids.
killers.
Anyway.
They've caught his kid. His one of them, I think.
Because they were bragging on social media. Like, really? Like, what is going on these days? I don't understand.
Yeah. Wait, was it the one that was bragging on? Because
Yeah,
I know there was one
there was two
that
of
initially
them.
was bragging on social media, and they found out it wasn't him.
No. The one that wrote on Twitter wasn't
No,
him.
it wasn't
Yeah.
bragging. He just
Wrote on
people
Twitter.
were the ones who said it was him
And it wasn't
because
him.
it was like where he went to eat was close to the place. He had the red
Yeah,
mask.
yeah.
But, it
But the
wasn't.
other ones actually snitched on themselves
yeah, and
too.
I heard there was
like,
a video of them.
their
like, with
video
the
of them with the
bag.
bag and the mask as well. Like,
What is
kids
go-
these
Look, the
days,
internet
man, I
is
don't
a
understand.
drug. I'm
It
telling
really
you.
is.
What
Like,
the heck?
I don't
I think
understand it. I don't get it.
They believe that the feds don't watch.
But
social
they,
media.
we know that they do. They have social media
They don't
people.
see it as.
I don't understand that.
They don't see it as
stupid
it's
can you
evidence.
be?
They see it as
What?
worst case scenario. I'll say I was just clowning, stuff like
But
that.
you had the bag that you stole from him
Yeah, it's a very
What?
stupid.
on social
Wow.
media. That you posted the video on social media.
Well, you know what I mean? Hey,
and
they-
you know what they said? They deleted it. So you think
and
not that you
he's
deleted
a-
it's gone forever?
He's a black man.
Like,
That boy is probably not going to see us because he's on 3 charges.
Yes, he's killed
Yeah.
somebody.
He had a
First-degree
long
murder,
rap sheet.
They even added driving
Yes.
without a license.
driving
What does that have to do with?
The one was like, you're gonna have to see another
Yeah,
judge for
for
that.
that one,
I'm
it's
like,
like,
that's
yeah.
the list of his problems
I
right
know,
now.
but they're gonna put it in there, and he has
Yeah, he's
no
not-
bond. Also,
Apparently, he used to be a tattoo artist.
he still
Who?
is.
The-
Well, he was.
who?
I mean, maybe we'll give him
the
prison.
killer?
One of them,
Or the
one of
alleged?
Yeah, if you go on his
Alleged
page, he's
killer.
a tattoo artist.
And apparently, he had done a tattoo
For Chief Keef.
So
I think
that's what
he had also
happened?
done for Kodak Black,
Uh-huh.
and Kodak Black happens to be friends with
With
xxxtentacion.
yeah.
So I think people are
So-
saying he
I
definitely
think
knew
people are
who this guy
I think
was.
people
He
are.
knew.
Yeah, he knew.
He definitely knew. And
knew who-
now people may be reaching. There's
I
all
think it
kinds
was
of
just a
conspiracies.
robbery, and maybe it was just like, all right, I'm here, and maybe X said something to him, and it's like, oh, okay, you feeling cool? And
Well, you know
So
what?
why not rob him and not kill him? I'm confused. by
Apparently,
that.
they said XXX tried to resist to an extent.
it's possible.
They said that they said his last words allegedly were he said what the fuck are you guys doing? He said what the fuck are you guys doing or something like that. It was almost like the way he said it. You could tell he knew them. He maybe he recognized them. Like it was almost
so
like, what are you
maybe-
guys doing?
Maybe that's
And
it.
they
So-
tried to apparently they tried to grab it and he wouldn't
Give
let
it
go
up.
because he had cash.
Yeah.
He went to go buy a motorcycle.
Right, I saw that.
But I didn't want to spend too much time on the killers. I actually want to talk a little bit more about XXX.
And that's what I was gonna say. Okay.
So I
go
want to talk
ahead,
a
go
little bit more about xxxtentacion. I think this kid was really special. I came across him like about 2 years ago.
ahead. Okay.
Initially when he came out, I thought he was just a troubled kid. I was like, his very first album, his album cover was his mugshot. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like he was just one of those kids that were doing things for attention. I'm like, what's wrong with this
And
kid?
you don't think he was?
No, let me finish. No,
Okay.
he was a troubled kid too.
Mm-hmm.
And now keep in mind he was 17, 18. So he was a kid.
He was 20 when he died.
Yeah, he was. Well, I'm talking about back then.
Right.
He had gotten locked up at one point.
In juvenile detention.
In
right.
juvenile detention.
Right.
Now, again, I know there's been like a raging debate online about, you know, how can we hold people accountable for their deeds on earth?
Yes.
We should.
Yes.
Yes. And this is where I'm going to get into the next segment of my of the show, which is the thread etiquette. And it's basically, I just want to talk about like the raging debate that was going online, because people were split. You know, you had people talking about his life's work. You had people talking about the fact that, you know, this guy, he had already started switching things around. He had already started, you know, he suffered from bipolar disorder
okay,
too.
but a lot of people that suffer from bipolar disorder don't do all the things he did. But okay, continue.
Fair. So he had started turning things around. A lot of people found inspiration in him. A lot of people that had bipolar disorder. In fact, his second album, 17, at the very beginning of the album, he had said, only people that have I think depression should listen to this. That was the very first thing he said. If you don't have it, you probably shouldn't listen to this, because he that was like he dedicated his like music to, you know, and that's why fans love him. The younger generation, they love this kid. He had his last album sold like 200,000 copies. He was very popular.
Let's be careful here.
He was very influential. So let's be careful about what.
I don't want to make him into like this angelic angel person.
I have a problem.
Just because he died.
No, I have a problem
No.
with. First of wait.
What?
I
Continue.
want to hear this.
This is my problem with this whole situation. I'm on the whole keep the same energy thing. So it's like,
So,
for
right,
instance-
exactly.
Wait, no.
Guy. No, I actually have to finish this because I need to explain to the audience
right.
some of these things, these accusations. So one of the accusations was it was an accusation. Keep in mind. No, we can't.
Okay,
it's an
continue.
accusation.
Right,
It's an
okay.
allegation. He was in court for it. He had this
But there evidence that
girlfriend.
proved that. But okay, continue.
He had
continue.
this girlfriend. I think she might have been pregnant at the time. Now keep in mind, this girlfriend even still loves him. The girlfriend.
And that's
came-
fine. You're
but
your
she might have
abusers
been-
a lot of
she
the
might have
times,
been
but okay.
she might have been pregnant at the time.
She was pregnant
and
at the time.
It's all allegations.
Allegation that you're pregnant. She was pregnant.
Has she had the baby?
No,
Do
she
you
lost
know?
the child. She
did?
said yes. She was pregnant.
Okay,
They don't
okay,
allege pregnancy. You either are or not.
Oh,
That's
she was okay.
Yes,
All right.
continue.
I wasn't sure, but apparently he had kidnapped her at one point. Things got violent. It even gone to the point where they said he stuck something.
Yeah, barbecue fork in her vagina.
Allegedly.
In her genitals.
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly stuck a barbecue fork
Yeah.
in her vagina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's reason to believe some of this stuff because apparently there's even an audio. At one
Yes,
point where
there's a
he's
video.
Like, there's a
I
video
saw
where
a
he's
video
like,
of when
you
he's
saw the video?
backhand. So that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't. It wasn't a one-time thing.
Yeah.
He
How
did
old
this,
was he when this happened?
This was last year, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was he
years
was
ago.
17. It was
No.
17 when this
That
happened.
one, the one with the one when he stomped on a gay kid in prison. That one when he was 17. This one was
No.
yes.
So let me
Why
ask
did he
this
go to
question.
prison?
Yeah.
Why
Has
did he go
gone
to prison?
for
No,
any
no,
of
That
this?
was
wait, why did-
juvenile back then.
No.
This one.
Why
I'm
did he
ta-
go to prison?
For which one? He's been more than once.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
but that's the last time he went
This
to prison.
last
Why did he
one
go?
was for
Was
this
it
girl.
domestic violence?
Yeah.
And it was when he was in prison that he stomped on the. Yes.
No, Corey. The one, but that one was a while ago. When that was juvenile detention, wasn't it?
No. So let me explain to you.
ahead.
This is the last time that he was in prison. It was after he got out of prison that he started reforming his life.
Okay.
Apparently he was in prison. His bunkmate he had tried him or something.
He didn't try him. He looked at him. I have the video
he had
of
looked
him
at him
talking.
funny. He had looked at him
Okay.
funny, right? And he beat up this.
Yeah,
this
he almost
guy.
killed him.
Yeah, he beat up this guy. Fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Because he was gay.
Yes.
That's why he did it.
He's still a kid.
That
He's
doesn't mean
17
we
years old.
excuse that.
No,
You know better
fair,
at 17, Corey.
fair.
What?
No.
Were you? So when you were 17, were you going around?
You don't know
stomping
his
people?
environment. You don't know where he comes
That's.
from.
I'm sorry.
No,
That's
this-
an
this
excuse.
person-
But okay.
wait,
What?
let him
Corey,
finish.
what kind of, you're excusing
No,
that
I'm not
behavior?
excusing.
People
We
are
have
not-
to be able to talk about
You
this.
guys are on
We have to
the-
be able to talk about
you
these
guys are on the
topics.
too extreme, but wait,
We have to
wait.
be able to talk about these
Corey,
topics.
wait,
I'm not
wait.
excusing
Yeah,
anything.
wait, Corey,
I'm just
wait.
saying that. So what I'm asking is that. Here's this. What I'm asking
Yeah.
is that how soon after a man dies, right? can we start burying? Because look, I agree
what?
that. Look,
go ahead, continue.
I agree that we
the-
have to hold him accountable.
Okay.
Yes, I agree that we have to hold him
But they're
accountable.
not. That's what I'm saying.
Let me finish.
Okay.
But how quickly this guy died, and within 24 hours, people were already bringing these things up.
Yeah, that's
Do you
the life you led. I'm
So-
sorry.
so
That's-
wait.
So
You
you
guys
don't
are on
think
the
so you don't think people are
extreme
allowed to at
ends.
least grieve at first?
Hold
You're
on, hold
allowed
on,
if you
hold on,
want
hold
to.
on.
dead.
But I
Corey,
don't
hold
have
He's
to.
a dead man.
But I don't have to.
He's a
when
dead
man.
Corey, when Bill Cosby dies,
You're
we're gonna
not-
say fuck him
Yeti,
too.
wait,
We're
no,
not
no,
no,
going
wait,
to
you guys-
mourn
no,
Bill
no, no, no.
Cosby.
He's a 17-year-old kid.
Yo,
You're
you
not,
guys,
his,
wait.
his mom is not allowed
Hold
to
on,
at
Corey,
least
wait.
mourn him for like a day or
Corey,
two.
wait,
You're
wait.
allowed to.
Yeti, wait. So here's the thing. My problem with this whole situation. Everybody is out here forming. Yes, he's an abuser. He did like. First of all, look. If you don't like someone, you don't have.
Right.
Wishing death on someone is
Nobody is
not.
wishing death on
But he
anybody.
died, and
Right,
everybody
and
else
that's
is
what I
going.
said.
Oh,
It's sad
good,
that-
good
It's a good
riddance.
thing he died.
Look, first of all,
I
do
would
you
never say
understand?
that. I
That's
never
what
said
that's what
that.
people
But
are
that's
saying.
what I'm saying.
But
That's the
that's-
debate right here.
And then let
what
me
I'm
tell you something,
How soon
Corey.
can you start holding people accountable?
I told someone this recently. I said Michael Jackson was a fucking pedophile.
Right.
Did we do all this?
Some people did.
How
Some
many
people
people?
did.
Right after he
Some
How
died.
many
people
people after he
did.
died?
Because right after
That
he
man was a
died-
pedophile.
Some people
No,
did.
no, no, no.
Said.
That man
Some
was a
people
grown-ass
did.
pedophile.
It did after-
Allegedly too. If you're
Yes,
gonna keep
allegedly.
saying allegedly for
Yes,
xxxtentacion,
but it
let's
did
say that for
after-
Michael
but
Jackson
it
as
even
well.
say-
But a
Let's
day
even
after he
say-
died, you weren't seeing.
You're allowed to.
You
You're
weren't
free
seeing
to
a
feel
vast amount of
however
people
way
attacking
you. But
him.
you're free to feel however you want to feel about
And-
somebody,
and-
though.
and-
You
and-
can't police how people feel
I
about
just feel out
people.
of courtesy. You should. at
No,
least
you
give
can.
them
No,
space.
you're not-
First of all, there's a
you
difference.
can't
You cannot be
police-
treating.
Grieve.
You cannot be treating X like he was Abacha. Like
What?
Abacha died, everybody was like, "Yes, thank God." We can understand because that man
Yes.
physically,
He was
or Hitler
like-
died, and everybody
yes.
was like, because
So,
He's
but-
very
but-
present. He's very present.
But
with
you
things
can
and
say the
people.
same thing for
He's very-
Abacha even. No,
No,
some people don't
you
love him.
can't.
Some people didn't love Abacha.
What do you mean love?
He had
Does
a family
anybody
member
love-
too, didn't he?
Yeah, but
That
are
one morning,
you're treating
right?
X like he was Hitler.
I'm not saying that. Nobody
Like he
said that
killed
though.
a
And
bo-
when
like
did
this
I say
this
that?
boy. Look, everybody has troubles. And in all fairness, if not that he was into music, nobody would even probably know about
Yeah.
his
Right,
troubles.
and he would just be
So
some stupid abuser.
Sure,
That's
a lot
when
of, there are a
they
lot
made
of
him special was 'cause he had
abusers
music.
walking on the street and
Right.
in everywhere. Sure, we don't know their story, but let's say
What's
sure
the
he
story?
was. We don't know now. Like some people's stories are not out there now. What they are, but his own came to light because
Right.
of who he is. And I understand that
And
you
by
can
the way, he
feel.
already turned his life around.
Let's even. I don't
keep that
even
in
know.
mind.
I was not there
No,
with
he-
him.
Okay.
I don't know his situation. I don't know the reason why he did what he did.
Right.
But it's easy for me to sit down and judge somebody and say you did this. You're a bad person. If I was in your shoes,
okay.
I can't
I wouldn't
judge
have
a
done.
dead man.
That's why I say it's easier
For me, I
for me
can't
to.
judge a
It's
dead
easier
man.
for a human being to do
Especially
that.
someone that can't speak
But
for
I
himself.
will tell you this exactly. I'll tell you this that I came into X as an artist, not the X of.
Well, maybe that's
So
how I
hold on,
came
hold on.
about
So
it.
so
yeah.
and then afterwards, I started seeing the other things.
Okay.
Now, fine. Granted, he did all these things. I'm not even going to use the word allegedly. Let's say he did everything. He served his time, right?
Yes.
he hasn't yet.
No,
They
he
haven't
wasn't-
yet.
he
he
was
hasn't
still in-
served.
he
He
was
was
still
still
in
in
court.
court.
Right now,
Okay,
right.
so
It wasn't proven yet. by
okay,
the
let's
way.
just say it was proven, right? So he did his things, and this is very horrible things, and I understand. He dies. I can be like, you know what? He's dead. Oh well.
He's a dead
but
man.
I feel it's very for what he did. It's very bad to come out, or very hard for you to come out and say, "Good riddance. Fuck you. You deserved it. You did this to gay people. Well, guess what? All the gay people are living. Like that's very ignorant. Like, let the man die, and he has gone. Right? You feel justice is served. It's fine. He's gone.
So
And
can
if
you
you're
say
going
the
to
same
be,
thing?
if you're going to be that way for X, be that way for everybody.
Right,
It's
and
just
they
when they
are,
came and said
though.
R. Kelly, they were going
When
to take
R.
R.
Kelly
Kelly
dies,
off. No, when they said they were going to take R. Kelly off Spotify, I don't know, Corey, if you remember in the group chat, I said, then take everybody else that has
Yeah.
a kiss like off.
Yes.
Don't pick and choose.
Yes.
But it seems like people are picking and choosing
Yeah.
with X. There's
When
so
they
many
want
other
to.
people
Yeah.
that are in this situation or have
So
been in this
because
situation and they went like
the
that.
other people,
Keep the
we
same
should not-
energy.
Okay, I agree
Keep
with
the
that.
same
I agree with
energy.
that.
After Michael Jackson died, within 24
Keep
hours
the same
of death,
energy.
I didn't
If
see,
you were
I didn't
go-
see
yeah.
a vast majority of people
Keep the
saying
same
he deserved
energy.
to die.
If
Well,
you're
not
going to,
vast,
if you're going to
true,
say
you're
fuck
right
it,
about
X,
that.
That's
then
what
say
I'm
fuck it to
saying.
the next person,
All
say
I'm
fuck it
saying-
to the last person.
Look, my own is
Don't
the way,
pick
the
and
way
choose.
and I'll let you speak. But here's where I stand on the issue, right? I agree that we do need to at least at some point we need to hold them accountable for the actions that they did, so that at least it can be like a teaching lesson for others, right? I agree with that. The only part where I draw the line is you're saying that we can't tell people how they
To
can
mourn
feel.
and how to feel about
here's my
a certain
thing. Here's
person.
my thing. No, but I think
can't,
I
though,
just
Corey.
feel like there's some unspoken rules in society.
Are there?
When someone somebody dies, like if
Look at-
wait, let me finish. Like if let's say God forbid, let's say I was like a horrible person, I did some crappy things or whatever. I didn't kill anybody.
Right.
My thing is, if my very existence wasn't a threat to someone's life, right? let's just say, I don't necessarily deserve death. Now,
Nobody
yes,
deserves death.
I deserve.
I agree with that.
Well,
I never said that.
Well, one could argue that some people that are
Well,
out there killing serial killers, they need to be cut off, right?
Right.
So here's my thing, right? If I died, right, you whether you like it or not, I'm still someone's child. I'm still someone's.
Okay.
I'm still.
Your
I'm still
mother
my
can
mother.
mourn,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But then,
But don't ask me to
But then,
mourn.
can you imagine if I'm trying to mourn and the first thing? Imagine I'm trying to mourn and the first thing someone comes to do and says is, "Oh well, you know what? He did this and this when he was."
Well, you have to reconcile with your person was a horrible person. You're mourning, that's fine. You can mourn, but that doesn't take away from the fact. Can I finish? I let you talk.
All right.
So you can't take away from the fact that your person impacted people negatively. Okay. You know that, right? He impacted a lot of people negatively, especially that girl that he abused.
Yeah, but a lot of people.
A lot of people have negative feelings about him.
Yeah, but you said he impacted a lot of people negatively.
I don't think he did.
No.
We know of this one account.
People
Well, at
have
least two
negative
accounts.
feelings about him, and that's fine. People can't have negative feelings about him. That's fine.
Yes.
You, as your loved one that died, that's you to mourn that. You don't have to. You don't tell me how to feel about the person now. When R. Kelly
He's
dies,
a dead man.
when R. Kelly dies, I'm gonna say
I don't
fuck him,
understand.
fuck him, fuck him, fuck him,
See,
fuck
like
him.
I said, that's
yes,
my
I'm
own
sorry.
stance. If
That's
you're
how
going
I
to be-
feel.
if that's the
yes.
person you are, then keep
if
the
R.
same
Kelly and Bill
energy.
Cosby dies,
I feel like a
fuck
lot of
them
people
all.
have gotten passes,
Okay?
and it's because it's
Yes.
X. I think it's because it's X. So if what do you call it? If you're gonna say the same thing to R. Kelly,
Yes, and Bill
then
Cosby
that's my own
and
argument. It's
Weinstein
it's just
and all
keep-
of them. Fuck them
keep
all
the same
when they all
energy.
die.
If
I'm
that's how-
sorry.
if
I
that's
have
how
no
you- if that's how
feeling
you
about
feel.
it. I don't wish death on anyone, but when they do die,
my-
that's it. I'm sorry.
My tolerance level of what he did, I'm still researching it, and I've seen it, and it's bad. But
It was fucked up.
I'm not gonna treat him like he was a serial killer. But it is fucked up. I can't even understand the pain that girl went through.
Right,
The girl-
exactly.
in
You
fact,
guys
the
are
girl-
not
the
thinking
girl-
of
the
that
girl
part
self,
as
I
well.
don't
I
even know if
feel
she's
like
feeling the same way most of people are feeling.
And that's what I
don't
said.
know.
She loved him because they were together. She was in a relationship
But
with him.
either ways, keep the same energy. If you're
Right.
gonna say fuck X, say
Yes,
fuck
R.
anybody else
Kelly,
who
fuck
does
Bill
anything else.
Cosby, fuck all
If
of them.
Spotify is gonna take off someone's
They should
music,
take it.
off
I
everybody
agree.
else
Yeah.
that's been involved
I
in that
agree
same
with that.
situation. That's my only thing. Is do that. I don't
But
think.
don't make him seem like he's some kind of hero either.
He's,
That's
no,
all.
no, no, no.
Okay,
But
okay,
his music.
wait,
but we
wait,
should not
you
act like his
you
music
see,
to
but
do
you
not
see,
impact
but- so you're
people
saying
in
that,
a
so you're saying
positive
that,
way.
so you're saying that, so you're saying that I can't tell people how to feel.
Right.
But you want to tell me how to
you're telling
react?
other
Yeah.
people, you're telling other
Yeah.
people that they can't.
Yeah, I like
feel
his
good about
music,
him.
and I'm
You
sure
can
it
think about his
impacted.
music. I
You
said
see how that's kind
his
of like-
music. No, but his music was that's the thing. People always try to separate the artist from the art. If you can do that, that's fine for you. I can't do that. You can't tell me to do that. You know what I mean?
Do you listen to his music?
I've heard a couple of them, and actually,
If his music came
funny
up in
thing
the
is,
club, would you dance
no,
to
I
it?
wouldn't actually. When R. Kelly comes on, I don't dance to it. I sit
I
down.
did a slide to it. Man.
No, I don't. I'm sorry, I do
My
not.
my only thing is, look, I agree that we have to hold people accountable.
Right.
I would just say that where I draw the line is that I feel like we should at least let people grieve for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I never said don't grieve.
At least
That's
give
fine.
them. My own is within 24 hours. People were rejoicing about his death. I think there's something.
I don't think we should ever
I
rejoice
think there's
like
something
that
very,
about-
very, very, very.
It's sad that he
sociopathic
died.
about that.
I agree that I don't never wish
And
death
the way
on
he died,
anyone.
it wasn't like he was
right. It was
sentenced to death in
tragic.
prison.
Right.
It was just on the street walking, and then
it was
in
sad.
his car, and someone just But hey,
But I was listening to the Breakfast Club the other day, and apparently he had a lot of negative like
He was a troubled kid. Now.
what's the word? He would call death on, like he would say a lot of things about dying and all that. And
that's-
there's power in the tongue too. Apparently, I mean not apparently. There is power in the tongue.
Yeah,
and he would
I heard
always.
Charlemagne say
Yeah,
something
and I
about-
agree completely. As a Christian, I agree with that. There's power in the tongue. You don't proclaim death on yourself and all that, and expect nothing to happen.
Well, may he so rest in peace. That's really all I'll end with. That was a very, very. I think that was our first like heated debate. No, but it's
Yeah.
all love
Of
on my
course,
end.
of
Like
course,
I
of
don't want
course.
you guys.
I just don't.
But yeah.
I have negative feelings about abusers. That's all.
I feel you. And like you're right. I'm not allowed to tell you how to feel, but like I said, I just feel like we deserve to let people at least grieve. It's just 24 hours. That's all I'm saying. So we're gonna wrap up the show here. I hope you guys have had as great a time discussing these topics as I have. So we're gonna end with this lady, this young new talent, Teni. Teni the Entertainer.
Yes, I love Teni.
You love her, don't you?
Yes,
I love her too.
Teni.
This song is called Wait. I love the song, so yeah.
Shout out to you, Teni.
All right. And thanks for listening to the Smiling Suffer podcast. Oh, before I go, 1 second. Before I go, I need to plug these really quickly. We're now on the iTunes, Apple podcast app.
Yep.
So you can follow us there. Just search Smiling Suffer. You find us. Please subscribe. We're also on YouTube.
Yes.
Same thing. Search Smiling Suffer. Subscribe. We're on Twitter. The Twitter account is give me a second here. I don't know my Twitter account. I'm used to that saying that.
Isn't it? So everywhere you can stalk your exes, we're on.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, for the Twitter account, it's at SmilingPod, at SMILINGPOD. Our Instagram account, please follow us. It is, that's also the Smiling_Suffer. Hold on 1 second. Yes, Smiling_Suffer. Smiling S for all of you. All of you that can't spell. We know them. We know some people can't spell smiling.
Someone's trying to throw shit at me.
Some people spell smiling with 2 L's. Anyway, it's SMILING_suffer. That's SUFFERER.
We'll also be on Facebook soon.
Please send us comments. Please, we'd like to get your feedback. And we appreciate your support. Yeah. So take us away with Teni with Away. Thank you. Bye.
I can't take your pain away, but I can make you feel better. Make you feel better. If you stay another day, we can do it together. From sundown to sunup, we go walk the walk together. We go do the do forever. From sundown to sunup, we go walk the walk together. We go do the do together. Yeah. Baby, wait for me. Yeah. Would you stay with me? Yeah. No regrets, baby. Like a soldier, would you fight for me? Baby, wait.